Yeah, right. True.
Episode 22, guys.
With special guests, bro.
With special guest,
Real special.
Daniel O'Donovan.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah. 503, DOD.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for this. I mean, me and Kieran have been waiting for this. Joey is about to learn the pleasure of, like, knowing us.
Hey.
You know?
It's a pleasure knowing you guys, really.
Yeah.
This is going to be great. I love the setup. I love the TV. I love the backdrop. It's so much better than being in my basement.
I don't know about
Dude,
that.
there's like asbestos hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
You have a good setup, though.
It looks like I finesse it so that it looks like manageable, but it's really just like, you know how this is like exposed ceiling, but at least like it's like to like a hardwood, whatever.
Mm.
Imagine exposed ceiling with like a bunch of gray cotton candy, like weird looking pipes, and then like water runs. If someone flushes,
Yeah.
whole place like it's like it's the craziest thing. So
Yeah.
this is nice. It's a nice change of pace.
Well, that it just happens over there for us.
Yeah. Oh, which is way, but at least it's not right over your head. You just hear a water stream. Like,
Yeah.
It's like we're in the Merrimack.
Yeah.
It's nuts, but yeah, this is great. This is fun.
We're glad to have you. No, you guys have a cool Gandhi. What does it say?
Oh yeah, it says it's a Gandhi quote.
Yeah.
Because like Gandhi always said such amazing things. He was like, "If you ain't a hoe, get up out my trap house." That's what he said, and I'll never forget it.
That's very insightful.
Yeah, it was legit. That's just what the type of guy Gandhi was. Anybody know what Gandhi did? He freed slaves.
He didn't eat.
He didn't eat.
Did you just say free the slaves?
Not like
do
the
that?
slaves here, but like free some slaves,
I mean, he might have freed some slaves.
like empower people.
Didn't he tell people not to have
He
sex
got-
with women?
he-
He told people not to have sex with women, and then he did.
I
Right.
heard he
That's
was
the
like
whole
a
thing.
serial.
He got
abuser.
Britain to
Oh,
leave India.
I didn't know that.
That was the big
He got Britain to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was this?
Back in the day.
20th century, 1900s.
Yeah.
It was late. Britain was there for a while. They hung out. They took it, and then we were like, we'll keep it, actually. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did that with a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Gandhi said, I'm going to not eat, and that made Britain uncomfortable, and they exited the chat. That was...
Imagine like I'm not eating right now. Like and then just be like, all right, like, I will leave.
All right, we just won't hang out with you then.
Yeah.
So yeah, India was it was Britain
Mm-hmm.
was there, and now they're not.
No, they're not.
So okay, we're
Now they're just in Britain.
okay.
hanging
That's
out.
dope.
Because
That's
it was
dope.
like Britain and France were like, yo, what's all this land? Like, I want that one. No, I want that one.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
that stayed that way forever until Gandhi was like, I'm not going to eat.
We're kind of like back in like invading times, if you think about like
Who?
Yeah.
like us like in our current day, not like U.S., but like
I'm saying who's us? We're not invading. We're chilling.
no, we're not invading.
You're invading us.
I'm invading you guys right
503.
here for real, but like
DOD invasion.
Yeah.
yeah, but like Russia's invading, China's invading. We're back in invading days. Like
they?
I thought that was like, oh, China's gonna invade Taiwan.
Are they invading?
1,000,000,000%.
Oh, yeah.
They're already locked and loaded. That's a lock. If there's a FanDuel futures
You're
bet,
on this?
Yeah.
A fan.
I'm so not. Kieran, do you look at news ever?
No.
Me, that's you and me. We never look at news. You love the news.
I love the news.
You like the news?
I try to keep up.
Dude,
Somewhat.
I have not heard anything about China at all.
You heard nothing about China and Taiwan.
No.
For like 2 years, everybody's going like any day now. We're going in.
No, I thought it was still like, what about Hong Kong? Is that a thing?
That was like 5
Free
years
Hong
ago.
Kong.
Yeah.
I'm
Hong
still worried
Kong.
about that.
Everyone was like free Hong Kong, and China was like no, and we were like, all right, sorry.
It's
I'm
like
still
fine, okay.
I want my iPhone.
That's like my voter issue. You know, you have
Yeah.
your one issue.
It's like,
That's
did
fine.
you say free Hong Kong? You got my vote. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's no, they're like going to invade Taiwan. They like want Taiwan in the same way that Russia wanted Ukraine. Not in the same reasons, but it's just that same like lust for it. But like China's like so gonna get it. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's not even. I'm telling you, if there is an over under on two things, if there's like an over under like some sort of parlay you can put together on China invading and China winning, like wiping. You gotta hammer that. That is a stamp of my approval.
Right.
You're winning millions of dollars.
It's a weird thing to like try to capture an island, like as opposed to like a country. Because like if you want to blow up an island, you can blow up an island easy. But to be like, we're gonna capture the island, like how much of the island is realistically gonna be left if after they bomb the shit out of
I don't
it?
even think they care.
Yeah.
They're just like gonna. It's like, all right, well, if if we can't have you, no one can. And they could do that. They could,
There's gonna be like a big ad that they run like within China after they win. They're gonna be like, look at like the beautiful place we just took, like come vacation in Taiwan. It's just like a bunch of like paddle boards and like inflatable stuff. Yeah, it's a pool.
Clearly,
it's a water park.
Is missing out on a huge
I'm telling you, the odds would be like -3,000 like for China, but like you still make some bread because it's such a
free money.
It's free money if you ask me. But what you could do is, I saw this the other day. Let me know if you saw this because you're a news guy. It was like a beach. Like someone stole a beach.
Where? In America?
Fuck if I know. Honestly, this is my problem with my news. Like,
like the beach belongs to somebody new now, or it's gone.
No,
they took it.
It's not a private beach. This isn't like squatters' rights.
No. It's not like that. It's not like people are like, oh, I live here now. It's not like they took the beach. Like they took all the sand, like all the viable sand.
No, they didn't.
People were like, I wonder where. I'm like, dude, check the glass companies. Dude, check any island that's been made.
This is like a Bible story.
No, they took all the sand.
They took the beach. It's like that doesn't like happen.
What did they do? Just like make like a tiny beach and just like try to make it look like the same?
Yeah.
No, they like sand it's very valuable. You wouldn't know that, but like sand's got it's hard to because like
this is crazy.
If you grab sand from the ground, right? If you just hold sand, like you could take like a little bottle, but they don't want you taking the amount that would be necessary to make glass, or to make an island, or to make sandbags.
Who's that?
The powers that be.
The powers that be. The people in charge of the beaches.
Yeah. Big glass.
Big sand. No, big glass is going for big sand, and big sand is pissed about it. Yeah. So yeah, I saw that like a beach got stolen the other day. Not the other day. It's like maybe a long time ago. And
like a long time ago, like thousands of years.
No. Like within the past like 10 years.
And God said, "I take it to the beach. I give it." The beach.
Yeah, we just went out one day, and the beach we love was gone.
No, there was this one picture. Like someone put in like the comment right underneath it. It was like, and then 2 years later, this was built. And you know those islands that were built off of like Dubai. Like, and it's fucking sand. They're just so they're just
of course
they're just like if we're really sneaky, no one's gonna see us take this sand. Or someone's
but they
building
don't need sand in Dubai. That's all they have.
You think they're like shipping suitcases filled with sand? They're like, we need to make 2 islands this week.
All right, they just either India or Big Glass.
It's like the oil pipes, but just sand the whole way through.
Yeah,
like,
honestly, I'm probably spreading a lot of misinformation right now.
No,
that's true. What podcasts are for.
Yeah, I mean, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's what my podcast is. A lot of misinformation. Yeah. I don't know why that came from. Yeah.
Before the pod, you guys were sharing how you don't drink.
We were, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of pairings we have here. Medford boys.
Yeah.
Right.
News boys. You, Dan, Joey, and me and Dan don't drink.
Yeah.
Right.
So why don't you drink?
And me and Murph are dogs.
Oh yeah, we're dogs.
And me and Murph watch movies.
Oh yeah, we like movies.
I watch movies though, so
you broke it.
With you
broke
guys.
it.
Wait, you can't be on their team.
He can.
All right. You know what? I don't watch movies. Never have one.
What's a movie?
Yeah, right.
Maybe you guys can watch movies. I'd rather.
Can we start with you first? I just want to know what you're, because like I know my.
I can tell you guys why I drink.
Yeah. I don't know. This is like a control thing, I don't really want to be out of control, really, like ever. But that's like,
Yeah, no, I got one word to describe why I don't. Same. It's the same.
Follow-up question for the both of you, because
control. Same thing. Control.
Oh, yeah, control. Right?
So you guys have the same fear, but both of you having never done it, how do you know that that's the experience you would have?
I don't. But that's the thing of control is even that. I don't want to have an experience I don't know I want to have.
So
that's
like
control.
No stocks either?
No, I don't do stock. Dude, I don't have cash like that.
Oh, I rip up the stocks. That's a little different. It's not stocks? Control. I do own stocks.
You do, of course, dude. You do. You got stocks.
Stocks.
Right?
You know what it
fucking
is?
Crazy.
Yeah, no, it's not crazy. Just like do it smart. Just don't. But people like got this weird misconception, especially people our age, of what stocks are because of what happened with all this shit. Like 2 years ago, everyone was like, "Oh, you gotta buy low. We're gonna sell high the next morning, and it shorts up to $300." Like GameStop, that's not stocks. That's fake. It's like so fake. It's crazy.
Change.
It's crazy what was happening with that. And like if you made money, like congrats. But like
lost a lot.
You could lose a lot.
Lost a lot.
People, in order to make money, someone had to lose money. sucks. It's just all you gotta know. But if you're just like investing in things that like
everything that everybody made money
what is
on,
he doing?
Bitcoin, GameStop, etc., I lost.
Damn.
Yeah.
I made a little bit of money on that.
You like gambling?
I'm not a huge gambler. I like to gamble on things that I feel informed, like basketball. I know and love basketball, so I will put some bets down on some basketball.
Do you like blackjack or like poker?
No, fuck that. I don't fuck with cards.
Yeah.
Cards got it out for me.
Yeah.
I know it's like they say it's 48% luck, 2% you, or whatever they say. Those like fucking people that are down money at 3 a.m. at Encore.
Yeah.
But
It's me. That's
You like cards?
Yeah.
I like going Encore, but
What's that?
it's a casino in Everett.
Yeah, it's a casino in
It's
Everett,
a
yeah.
song.
Yeah.
'Cause I was talking to Kieran earlier about how you don't play poker, right?
No, I don't.
And I played it the first time like the other week, and I was like, damn, this is fun. But all we did was $5. But then after that, I was like, damn, that was like so fun. I gotta stop myself.
You liked it? You like poker?
Yes, it's fun.
So you
I
don't
hated
drink,
it.
but you play poker.
That
Can I
seems
live? Can I live?
incongruent.
Can I live?
It's almost as bad, you know.
I mean,
I
That's
bet
that's
you're
the
nice at
problem.
poker,
I don't know. I mean, because it was my first time, but I was.
but you have fun. That means a lot because
I
like
did
first
I did
time I
lose the
played any
$5.
gambling game, like I lost money. This sucks.
Yeah,
This is the
I
worst.
lost my $5.
Yeah.
But also, I knew what I was doing. You know, like
Yeah.
it's that thing where people try to teach you. I played with Jade, and it would be like that was a bad move, and I'm like, I know it was, but I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew that.
So
I
that's
just
what
made a
matters. I'm
mistake.
like, I knew that was a risk.
I never know. Like I have a guy next to me who's like, all right, so what you're gonna do is this, and this, and then I do something like that wasn't that. I'm like, I don't even know why it wasn't that. I just
You know Nick? Remember Nick
Nick.
from the movie?
Yeah.
He taught me. He's great at explaining stuff. So he basically told me it for like 15 minutes, and then I knew every aspect of the game.
Really?
Nice.
He's
Incredible.
cool.
Honestly, you should have that guy on because if he can explain
Yeah.
poker in 15 minutes
No,
and
like,
have you
good.
actually understand it,
Good.
that's impressive.
Like to where it's like you can look up like all the hands. Yeah. The phone is like have that up all the time. It's like
Yep.
I didn't need it though. Once he explained it.
Really?
Yeah, because it's not like complicated.
Oh no, me
He
dude. I
explained
was
it
like,
so good, dude. Because it's just like it's about agreements and making like your 5 cards. You know
agreements. You ever read the 4 agreements?
what's that?
Is that like
book.
a self-help book? Or
It is, yeah.
Cool.
It's a pretty cool
No.
book, actually.
You ever read the Washington's like book?
No, I honestly just started reading like in like January. Like I
No,
don't
that's
like
fair.
read ever, but I've read like 2. I'm on my 3rd book.
Yeah.
I wanted to
What
read
are you
6
on?
books this year. Man's Search for Meaning by Victor
Frankl.
Frank. Did you know this guy?
Dude,
Did you read it?
I should
I
have known
haven't
this was
read it,
gonna
but-
happen.
Two fucking news guys. I
two
can't
crazy
fucking
guys.
believe
Fucking
this.
who
Where do you think
watches
we get the news? There's just a big news book, and you gotta open it.
My news is like I scroll through Twitter twice a day and I watch Joe Rogan. And like that's my news. Like that and Joe Rogan's like, this chimp like bit off a lady's face at the zoo and like that's my news. Like that's
Yeah.
how I find out the
That's a good
sand
joke.
shit. That's what he does. He just sits like this. And he
But you
gets
see,
real
what the
close.
lady said after she got her face bitten off, China's about to invade Taiwan. You
Yeah,
hear about
no,
that?
seriously, that's how I get my news. Like I don't like the news like that. I just think that that's like where like the interesting shit is. You know, like what else is going on?
But that means you like it.
I like the
If you're
shitty
just
ones,
drawn
like
to it like that. It's not like a shameful thing to be informed.
There's some shitty news though, so I don't want to be like wrapped into all.
You mean like bad news, like
I don't
bad
think like
stuff
fake
happens?
news. No, the bad stuff that happens, like I don't like want to see like every
Yeah,
time there's like a double murder. Like I don't want to see every
yeah,
time.
the nightly news is weird because just like, do you live in this area? Here's everything bad about that, and they do
Well,
that
no.
every night.
Yeah, but then it's the thing of like, do you not live here? People still got killed. Do you want to know about it? It's like not really.
Yeah.
that's got nothing to do with me.
It's like there's a mass murderer in Brighton. He has killed 8 people. He's running around the city with an axe, screaming, "Where's my friends?" Like I don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that. It
Old
was.
people love that shit though.
They're like, "Oh my god."
My grandmother would be watching like a car chase and she'd be like, "I hope they kill that bastard." It's like,
Yeah.
damn, like you are feeling
because
something.
they love
right
justice. They love justice.
Is that even justice though? It's
Well,
like,
it's their
An eye
sense
for
of
an eye
justice.
is what they-
Arguably, there is like no justice.
My new favorite website is the Daily Star, and it's like a news thing, but like it's all stories like bloke eats blueberry waffles, but is horrified when he discovers what they really are. Like it's like
see,
that.
That's my type of thing.
Yeah. It's just a lot of nonsense.
Stupid news. Like when someone steals a beach, I want to know about that. If
Yeah.
a beach is stolen, I better know within 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that's my news.
Yeah, you got the alerts.
Yeah, I don't care if like they want to throw
sand stolen.
Like, yeah, I don't if they like want to throw like Trump, Fauci, and Hillary in jail, like do it. Don't care. Don't do it. Don't care. But like if a beach is stolen, yeah, right. Is he going? He was at the UFC event like 7 days later.
Well, yeah, but that's like bail, right?
I don't even know.
Right?
I don't think he can go to jail from it, from what I understand. I think if he gets convicted, he just pays more money.
I just thought it was lame that there was no mugshot.
Yeah.
There's no mugshot. Yeah, you can like.
But that'd be like fun at least. I mean, it's like a little too much of like the.
Do you think
like the weird liberal of like that? Oh, I would put his mugshot up in my bedroom. I love Hillary like that. Like
it would be an iconic image.
But it would be fun.
Dude, it would be on T-shirts.
But so many people would make it like not funny.
Yeah.
But it would be cool for that 1 minute.
It would have been like, what do you think you would have been doing like this? Like
you can't be doing that.
Picture. Yeah, it's just like, oh right.
That's the white power.
Is that a thing? That's a white power thing.
Trump's doing it.
Yeah, he
does that. Trump did it the whole time.
He loves to talk like that. It's always like, you know,
you're gay.
You're gay.
He's like pulling a strand of hair from the person he's talking to. He's like,
nah, he's
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, he's an interesting listen for sure.
Yeah.
how far are you in that Viktor Frankl book?
I'm 100 pages in.
It was so
not much left.
He was in a concentration camp.
Yeah, he was in a concentration camp. I think he was actually.
And now he's like teaching you life skills. Is that?
Yeah, because he got to see. It's basically like what he finds. Because, you know, in a concentration camp, it's not like you got much going on. So, like, you got a lot going on. But it's not like a lot,
Whoa.
No, but it's not like it's... I'm saying, like, not like a lot going good for you. If anything going good for you.
Not a lot of opportunities.
So, like, yeah. Right. Yeah. So, like, you're like, where's the hope? Like, what makes people... And, like, some people, like, quit. Some people don't. Like... And it was just interesting. Like, I guess, like, his main message as to this point has just been, like, your willingness to take suffering is, like... part of that. It's part of what your life's meaning is. You have to find either suffering you're okay with. Like these people, like it wasn't like they had no choice. But if you find like a suffering that you're okay with, then like that's where like you'll find meaning.
Yeah,
it's interesting. It's I don't know if I don't really the 3 books I've read have all been kind of like this.
What are they? Name them.
4 Agreements. Then this one, Man's Search for Meaning, and then I read another book that wasn't really like this actually. But the 2 books I've read, I didn't really agree with everything that they're saying.
Yeah.
But it's really cool to like contemplate and then form your own opinion of that type of. Because I didn't even know this type of thing existed.
Yeah.
Like meaning and struggle. I was like, what? Like what? I never would have thought that.
Yeah.
My meaning was like to become a basketball coach at like some high school.
Yeah.
I thought that was my purpose.
Yeah.
Valid.
Like that Ben Affleck movie. I haven't seen that one. Have you seen that one?
The one just came out, Air.
No, we saw that.
You saw Air? I haven't seen Air.
Dude,
we saw it the night it came out.
Twice.
I saw it twice.
I heard it was really good.
It's good. I liked it.
But what's that one where he becomes a basketball coach? Last year.
Yeah, it's
the way back.
Victor. That's it. I was gonna say Victory Lap.
The Way Back. Yeah, I've actually
one
heard of that.
I heard that the ending of that is just that like he loses the basketball team and like relapses in his alcoholism and then just ends.
Damn. Because it's supposed to be that he's like a drunk and then like apparently that's obviously not you.
Yeah, right.
He's like a drunk. But then he's like his high school is like you were the best basketball player in high school. You need to coach the team.
You know what's funny? The best player often is an awful coach.
Yeah.
Because if you're really good, you don't know how to teach people. You're like, just do it the right way. Like,
yeah.
It's all my good teammates, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you even know some of them. Like, it's funny enough. It's funny that we're here right now.
You two go back.
Like, we don't.
How far
we
back?
do, you know?
How far back do you guys go?
What school did we end up going to the same school? Was it middle school? Was it elementary school?
Did you go to that Andrews Middle School?
No. So when did we cross paths? High school? No.
Probably Mr. Boneflin's English.
Yes, Bowfly.
Which is also the first class where I introduced Dogmare.
Whoa.
Was it?
Yeah.
You had it then?
Yeah.
Dang, is that why it sounds familiar?
Year. Holy shit.
Yeah. I remember it because everyone pitched like a serious... It was about eating babies in Ireland.
Right, Candide.
Yeah, we had to make our own like version of that.
No, Candide wasn't that. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It was a Modest Proposal, which was a gangster book.
It was pretty cool.
It's crazy.
But we all had to make our own, and then everyone was like, mine is about racism and human rights. And mine was like, I'm about dogs and shit.
I really wonder what I made for that. Oh, it's probably so strange. I don't know. I think how old were we in sophomore year? Like maybe like
16,
16, 15, something like that.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I feel like I woke up when I turned like 16 and a half.
Yeah.
When I was able to drive is when like my life turned on. Like I don't know I have no idea about anything prior to that, honestly.
Yeah.
I might have hit my head or something, honestly, because like I have no.
That's valid.
You might have crashed
You know
your
what
car.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean though? It's like where
No. Well, we've talked about this before. For me, it's like
Yeah.
11.
11's when like you feel like you turned on.
I mean, maybe I haven't even turned on yet. But I've just been straight sailing since then. It's like the same. You're saying it's like you felt like you were in like a different mind,
Right.
Yeah, it's like since I've been like 11 or 12, it's like basically the same mind, just adding on.
Does everyone? Is this like a thing? Like,
No, yeah.
When did you turn
15?
on?
Yeah, probably like around the same
Yeah,
time.
15-ish.
For sure.
When did you wake up?
Like when I
This morning.
like when I got my license was like one that was like that
Yeah.
time period, but then I had another one like first or second year of college.
Really?
Yeah.
This is interesting. I didn't know this was like a common thing. I thought that like. This is why my memory sucks. Like people will be telling me
Well,
stories
you have
that I'm
memories
in,
before
like
that.
Yeah.
8th grade.
You have memories before that, right?
Not many.
Whoa.
Some.
That's not how I have memories from like 6 to like 11.
Like I remember everything, but like not everything.
Not
I
everything.
remember things, but like
You don't
I
remember being a part of
You
things?
weren't like started. Like you weren't like aware.
right.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like I don't know what the fuck I was doing before.
Right.
What the hell? Like my decisions probably weren't really what they would have been today.
Yeah.
And not because of experience, like because like I would try to be like how appeasing other people or whatever I was
No,
doing. Just like
exactly.
fucking like let me just be another cog. I'm just being a cog. And now I'm like, let me drive this thing.
Yeah.
You should
you know?
read like the Fountainhead.
The Fountainhead.
Yeah.
Isn't that just fucking
What?
they got
They got
words
a
on them
manual
things?
for that? You just press the button.
They got words on them things? I would be like, wow, this song.
Push.
It's
What's
like
it
this-
about?
It's like this book, and I think it's about an architect or something. Do you know about it?
I know who wrote it.
Ayn Rand.
Yeah.
I think it's like he's like an architect, and everyone's like, you have to like follow these rules and stuff. He's like, no, I'm the fucking best, and he like doesn't
Right.
let anybody stop him. And a lot of people are like, that book sucks. But then every once in a while, people be like, no, it's awesome.
Yo,
Yeah,
honestly,
that's
that sounds dope to me. Like,
No.
I think people should have like a healthy amount of confidence and even like to an extent cockiness. I'd rather be cocky than unconfident
Yep.
than lack the confidence to do something.
Hard agree.
Yeah.
I've been reading Moby Dick.
Have you?
Yes.
Why?
Because I have to for class.
Oh.
You have choices. I didn't have to read it. There's like
Yeah.
a couple of choices. But last year, just like the end of last spring semester, I was just like in a daze. And I was like walking to the bookstore. I was like, I need to buy Moby Dick. And so I've had it for a year without touching it. And it's interesting.
Is it as good as they say?
It's like every minute detail is there. And I've gotten like 40 pages in, and Captain Ahab is not in it yet.
And he's taken 2 steps like forward.
You know,
That's kind of
like,
what happens in those books when they're very
Yeah.
descriptive. The first book I
Yeah.
read was like that. It's like they make sure you know about
Yeah.
everything going on in that room, and then what everyone's looking like, what they're wearing, and then they'll start talking about the story.
Yeah.
So it's like 30%. That's like 30 pages will be just set up. 10 pages are just
Yeah.
like
like Call Me Ishmael though.
that's the first line.
Yeah,
right?
it's like Call Me Ishmael because Ishmael is telling a story, but it's about Captain Ahab and his revenge against Moby Dick. But Captain Ahab is like nowhere in sight, so I don't know when we'll meet him. But every
a
chapter
short
is
book,
short.
though, isn't
No, it's like 600 pages.
What?
the
Yeah.
fuck?
But it's like I've also heard part of it just turns into an encyclopedia. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard that. But it's like every chapter is like really short, but it's just a lot of details, and then it'll be like he's like, so then I walked off into the street, and then it's like chapter 6. The street, and then it's detailing everything he sees on the street for 3 pages, and it's like crazy. And like he sleeps, he gets like a bed in a place, and he sleeps next to a cannibal, and he's really worried about him because the poster is like he has a dark complexion, and it's like the 1800s, so he's like, oh my god, it's a black person. But then it just turns out the dude's just been like tattooed because he's a cannibal,
What the
and he was selling heads on the street.
Oh.
But then he finds out the
Harmless.
guy's actually super nice. And he sleeps
Well,
with
because he
him.
wants his head.
No,
Of course he's
no,
gonna be
no,
nice
they're
to
super
him.
nice. And then he wakes up and the guy is cuddling him.
Let's
and
go.
He's like,
Is he gay?
it felt great. And it's like,
I heard
what the fuck?
I heard the
this
book
book
is
good?
very gay. Like
It's-
the Moby Dick is like the whale is like a metaphor for a man's penis.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm waiting to see.
Dang,
Right now,
it's
it's all in New Bedford right now. He's like, I'm just in New Bedford because he's like, I want to get to Nantucket so I can get on a cool.
Wait, it's
ship.
here? I thought it was like Europe.
No, and he's like, I want to get to a cool ship, but there's no fucking good ships coming out of New Bedford, so I have to wait until I can get to Nantucket.
Gotta go to Medford.
So-
go to Bob.
Yeah. So it's like,
Beef.
So it's like I'm gonna wait in New Bedford for probably like 100 pages.
Oh my god.
Until I can go. But it's good. I mean, there's been like a couple fire lines. Like he's like, what's worse, like a sober cannibal or a drunk Christian? I was like, that's fire. And then there was one part where he was talking about like, we all like want money so much, but we know we can't get into the kingdom of heaven if we have so much. And I was like, that's fire too. Like,
I mean,
so
could you though? Like,
that's the thing is like it's easier for like it's easier for a horse to get through like a needle or something, the eye of a needle, like than a rich person to get into the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
It says that in the Bible.
But like, why?
Because it's like if you're so rich,
Can I just make some bread and like still go to heaven?
if you're super rich
Yeah.
and you have all this money, you're hoarding it, then you're not helping other people.
What if I do what like the Tom's Shoes guy did, and like when I die, I'm like I don't give nothing to I just donate every penny of it. That's what he did.
Why didn't you do it when you were living? I think would be the thing. I don't think
Because I wanted it to accrue. I wanted to keep making money. So then, like when I died, like it sounds. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I don't know if Jesus would agree.
Jesus would be like, you should have gave the money away when it was less.
Yeah, say gotcha. And you
Stupid.
You drop down because it's like a
Jesus said, "You died at how old?"
Yeah.
yeah.
People didn't do that.
It like it's like a drop door in front of the pearly gates. You know.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Like,
is it a step
what do you
or is
do?
it
And then
like
you fucking
They
fall
pull
for
a fucking thing.
A
A
rope.
tassel.
Yeah.
a tassel that
Yeah.
just goes up forever?
you have too much money.
I think you're just like sitting in bed waiting to die, and then like a van pulls up and they come out and put a bag over your head and throw you in the truck, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's
I hope it's
probably-
like they didn't adjust for inflation though, so it's like too much money to get in the kingdom of heaven then was like $10.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody's fucked. Like
yeah,
you had
$100.
Yeah.
Or it better just
Every
like
generation, people keep coming to the kingdom of heaven with like more and more money. Like, where are they getting this? They're like, I was poor. They're like,
Yeah.
shut up, get in the pit.
Yeah, for serious. I wonder, in like the Bible's version of heaven, is there like other people in there? Like you're all in there together chilling? Like, do we know this?
I don't know much about the Bible.
I don't think you even go there in the Bible. They just talk about it.
Like this, because no one's ever been there, so they're like, we don't know what it's really like.
Right. I think hell is in the Bible because it's like hell on earth in whatever that story's called, where it's like the end of the world that everybody talks about.
And like Dante's Inferno
Dante's
is such
Inferno is
a
pretty well
so important
documented.
like literature that just like is our idea of hell.
Yeah.
Doesn't he just name like his contemporaries they didn't like and just says they were there? He does that,
Probably.
right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he just name drops like all these other writers and he's like, and they're fucking losers, so they're in the loser rank in hell.
Yeah. Well.
And it's like funny that just is still there.
Like who? Like
I don't know any of their names.
like Emerson or something like
No,
that?
Emerson's way like
I don't know what
Ralph
the timeline.
Waldo
I don't know where the
Emerson.
timeline falls where Dante's Inferno.
Virgil
was
is way before that shit. Ralph, that was like 1960s, right?
What?
Emerson, was he the 60s? No.
Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Was he really?
1900s at least.
The 60s would be crazy. If he was walking around the same time that Martin Luther King was walking around, I'd be shocked.
Well, I mean, like Anne
Maybe it's
Frank
true,
and Martin Luther King are the same age, you know, stuff
That's
like that.
weird.
Time fucks you up.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's not, I don't buy it.
Also,
It's like
yeah.
it's true. Don't believe.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there is like a weird thing where it kind of feels like based on how people report on the past that like World War II was so long ago, and then the 60s were like not too long ago, but like in reality
no,
they're
but
20 years
people
apart.
act like the 60s were longer ago than they were. They were not that long ago, really.
Yeah, like my dad was alive, you know.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
people show like black and white pictures of MLK. Well, like people like turn color pictures into black and white. It's
Heard
like,
about this.
It's like that's not that long ago. Don't make it seem like
Like,
it's
bro, he
long.
was killed. Like, he was killed. Like,
Yeah.
actually.
He was killed, and it's been like a generation. Like,
And, like, they didn't
one dude
find
has
him.
like lived a whole life. You know what I mean?
It's weird. They don't know who killed him, right? And no, still.
the
The
FBI, right?
Yeah.
Well, like, that's like what we can assume. But is that like?
But it's,
No,
it's,
I think
it's
they
it's like-
admitted it within like
it's-
the last 5 years. There was like
It's
some
kind of like
documents.
yeah, it's like who killed Osama bin Laden. It's like
'Cause I think-
one of those guys.
I think the
Yeah.
presiding assumption
you know.
was that some sort of government party killed MLK, and that Malcolm X was killed by his own people. But
he was shot, right?
Right.
In public.
yeah,
What was I watching that happened in? And I watched Ali.
Oh.
A year ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, Malcolm X got killed in his own church?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No, that's right.
But I think the breakthrough, like from the documents they got, and they weren't like unsealed for any reason. It's just like, well, this is classified for 40 years or whatever. Then the 40 years came up.
Yeah.
Was that they were both killed by the same division of the FBI.
Damn.
Imagine like
And Fred Hampton too.
Imagine being that cool.
just like you got killed by the FBI. Like that's kind of hard.
Easy pass into heaven.
You think MLK was like, hold on, let me put these sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Like they
go.
they skipped TSA to get into heaven.
Yeah.
He's like,
by
no,
the
like,
FBI.
no, like he's like sitting in his like apartment. I know he got killed in like a terrorist, whatever. But MLK is like in his apartment. He's like just smoking a butt, and then like some guy just like bursts in the door. He's like, FBI, like I'm here to kill you. I'm this division. Like you're doing too much good. Like we gotta kill. He'd be like, no way, this is fucking happening right now.
Yeah.
You know, like he's just like, no, wait, hold on. Let me get on the terrace. Let's make it dramatic. Get down there. Get down there. I'll shoot me up here, please. Come on, this is legit.
I've been waiting.
I've been waiting for this. You
People-
getting Malcolm too? Yes.
Yeah.
He's a bitch. Like, wonder what their relationship. They talked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like two sides of the coin. They were like, white people didn't love Malcolm X, but he was a smart guy too.
Yeah, because they didn't like him because he was like, "You're all evil."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Nah."
Yeah. And he was not.
Nah.
And MLK was like, "I dream that like we can all live together." And some white people, not a lot of them, were like,
Yes.
"I agree with that."
White people were like,
Maybe.
They're like, if this is multiple choice, we're gonna go with that one.
That could grow on me.
How much?
I don't like that other one.
"Where's Jim Crow when you need him?" You know?
Oh my god.
I was watching some Snowden clips recently. So, they didn't get him. You fuck with Snowden?
nah, he's fucking. I don't even. Where is he at? Right? I don't know where he's
Russia.
at. But like,
He's been in,
Is
no
he still
one
in
knows
Russia?
where he lives. Yeah. Dude, he's had a kid since then.
Huh?
didn't get him. I think he's gone. I think
you
he's,
seen that
he's a
documentary?
lost. I haven't, but
You
I
should.
know
It's
about
free
like
on YouTube. You know about
really.
it?
I know about like the.
But do you know that he had a filmmaker come and film the whole thing?
No, really.
He did, because you know how he went to like
She's
where did he go?
weird for that.
He went to like
Asking me to
he went to
die.
like South Korea or something, and met up with all the journalists, and
Yeah.
with them he brought like a documentarian, and she filmed the entire thing. So you have her with a camera, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, my name's Edward Snowden, and I have all these files," and it's like before he did anything.
Yo, when he was on Joe Rogan, that was like the funniest thing. I was
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah.
Dude's gonna get like 100 million views, and everyone's like, I don't know where he is. Like, you know, like
He's such a crazy guy.
that's why I love Rogan. Yo, this is why I started the podcast. I'm like the fact that like this, like if you look at like a good combination of his guests, you take like a random scoop out of his like ice cream of podcasts.
Yeah.
you could get like a really wild like flavor diversity of flavors.
Yeah.
You could get like Andrew Yang, you get Bernie, you get fucking like Tim Pool, you get like I don't even know what's his name,
Those vary in
Snowden.
quality.
It's a very wild, and then you just get like John Jones, like you get a random MMA fighter. It's just like
And every time he touches the microphone, it breaks. They have to get him a new
yes,
one.
Mike Tyson.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's like, damn though, he needs to have some control. Because the other like a couple weeks ago, I heard like a janitor at the school talking to some like faculty member. He was like, "Yeah, like you just have to like just eat only meat and water." And he was talking about like the JP diet that he learned.
Did
from
he have
Joe
a big
Rogan.
beard?
The Jordan
Yeah,
Peterson
yeah.
diet.
Did the janitor have a big
Yes.
beard? I love that guy.
Yeah,
I love
he's so
that
cool,
guy.
but I was hearing him say that. I was like, "Oh my god, no! Like this is he's gonna die."
But people do it, right? Don't people
No,
do
people
it?
don't do it and live though. Like Jordan Peterson did that, and he had to have like a factory reset for like 6 months. It like knocked him out. He said like he had apple cider. It took him out for a week.
Yeah,
That's fucked
That's
up.
just Jordan Peterson.
But that's just Jordan Peterson. If he eats meat and just water, that will happen to anyone.
yeah. But Jordan Peterson, like here, do you
He's
like
a
Jordan
crazy-
Peterson?
No,
He also
I
talks
fuck
like
with
this.
Jordan Peterson.
dude,
heavy.
I don't
Fight.
I don't like Jordan.
Now we had the teams before. Now we have the divisions.
Yeah.
Would you like
Yeah.
Jordan?
Like Jordan.
Jordan
I
5.
don't
I don't
know. I'm on
know.
your side.
He's had eras.
Those versus those guys.
Yeah,
It-
Jordan Peterson
it's
is
like-
it's a dicey side to be on, so you don't have
Yeah.
to be on this
I
side.
feel like
I'll
Yeah.
fight.
Let's go, dog.
All right, Kieran, you go with him. I'll go with Matt. I'll go with Matt.
Alright.
If Jordan like ever had anything to say, he's totally lost the plot. Is the thing. He's just like this crazy guy now who like will not accept that trans people exist, and he loses his mind.
Yeah, I'll have to agree on that. Whereas
and
like,
he just tweets like crazy stuff. Like, did you see that like milking thing?
Yeah, I saw.
There was like some fucking place, some like sex work place, and he saw a picture of it. And he's like, "This is China. This is China." Like he thought it was like the CCP, like tricking people, like trapping them by like with sex work.
I'm lost.
Yeah, but he's just a crazy guy.
There was an ad for like an escort agency, and he was like, "This is everywhere."
No, it's like you'd go there and they just do it to you there. So it's like a basement kind of.
It's like a brothel.
Okay. Yeah, sure, but it was like more like weird vibes. It wasn't like but they just had a picture of it, and he's like, the CCP is doing this to men. They're tricking them.
Well, I mean, you just gotta be able to like. But you gotta be able to like. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like,
but he has to. He's a public speaker.
No, but he doesn't though. Like, I have this argument with my friends all the time because I stay like, not defend. I hate to be the guy that's like defending these because I don't fuck with those people either. But like, it's just like they don't have to. Like, why do they have to abide by some rules that we don't? Just because they're like they have more people that listen. Like, it's not.
Well, but
and like if you're listening, you need to just be able to like in your own self, because that's the only thing that you can control is like your own self. If he says something you disagree with, just disagree with it and then just move on.
Yeah, he's a fallible person. Yeah. He's allowed to have wrong opinions for sure.
And he also had, because that's the thing, he has some really cool, good ideas.
Right. But let me jump in the middle. Let me make a link in the chain, because I'll hard agree that he's lost the plot. Like, he was a guy that kind of came on the scene that like I have some opinions. Some are political, some are more just like social, like cultural, like these people are having a hard time, like you should be doing these things to like better your life. Like there's a lot of like cultural conversations that we're not having that we should be having. And nowadays he's just become like this like parrot on like Ben Shapiro's shoulder. Like he works at the Daily Wire now, so it just feels like he kind of like lost his place, whereas like he could have been more like Tony Robbins, like kind of like, I'm just here to like spread good vibes and like give good advice, and I have this like huge like academic background and stuff, and like that's all kind of gone out for like the more political stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
There's two things to this. One, it's like the only reason he's like doing this whole public stuff was because like he used to be a professor, and he talked about like Carl Jung and like the collective unconscious and stuff, which like doesn't really have much to do with any of this stuff at all. But it was just because he didn't want to have like the enforced like pronouns thing that he got like in trouble,
but you obviously don't fuck with him, so I feel like you can't even like speak.
No, but that's when
you know what I mean?
I know about him.
Like, because like,
I haven't invalidated him the whole time. I've looked into his stuff.
Yeah, I feel like you have though, because like I know like you, because from like the things that you're bringing up,
I definitely had a couple hours when I've listened to him and I'll be like, oh, he's got some points. But then the more I learn, it's like, I don't know.
Okay.
But it's like, well, that's how he started, right? Of like doing the public speaking, is that that was like his first point. So it all stems from like this whole like weird political thing of like, it's not like he didn't start like in like self-help. It was already that, and then he kind of ebbs and flows back into it. But I mean, I agree of like, you're an adult, like you don't have to agree with everything someone says. But I think the problem is just that it's like the same thing with like Andrew Tate, I guess, is that it's like a lot of like young people are listening to it and they have like no worldview at all. So like they hear him say stuff of like, like women are like tricking you and stuff like that, and it's like it's kind of a bad precedent to start. Where it's like, and that's the thing of like the internet in general, is that like kids see more about like the world on the internet than they do day to day.
Fuck the kids though. That's all I got.
Seriously, fuck the kids.
Dude,
that's me and Kieran's team.
For these kids.
Fuck the kids.
What are these kids gonna do?
Yeah, JP's. I don't know.
The kids are gonna be fine with Andrew Tate. Stuff. It's better than Hitler.
Yeah,
right.
He's not. He's fine. That's my closing argument.
He's fine. Yeah,
everybody's fine.
What'd he do?
I mean, like, it's just like that's the problem. It's just like these people that are just fucking like that can like contribute. It's like they do some things, and you're just like, because I know that like the crowd's gonna be like, oh, like now we can't listen to anything Jordan Peterson's ever said, and like whether you like that or not, that's what like the crowd's like now.
It's just the only
he says something like.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it's divisive. Not even just divisive. It's, like, wrong to say that these people don't exist or whatever. Yeah. It's just, like, that's just, like, in my mind, that's wrong to say. So, but I can just say that's wrong and, like, just move on. Like, I know that once, like, the crowd's getting going, it's, like, it's over. He might disappear. And, like, when these people disappear, it's not good for anybody. Yeah. Even, like, someone crazy and with some things, like, Andrew Tate being gone's not, like, gonna...
I mean, it's good if he gets arrested for crimes.
Yeah,
that's
like, right.
Chill.
And I think everyone agrees with that. You know, like if you're doing crimes, you should be arrested. If you're like saying something stupid, people should be able to call you stupid or whatever. But like, it's just like the whole idea of just like he's getting his practice taken away from him.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Which is just like
for what?
And I thought looking into that,
the exact reason why, but it wasn't valid.
Right, looking into that, I was like, oh, he's getting practice taken away because like there's something we don't know about. There's like some sort of like report whistleblower, like I was his teacher's assistant and he did this. I looked it up. They literally just took the captions from his most recent episode on Joe Rogan and submitted it to the Canada Psychology Association, just the interview, and they just took his license away.
Yeah, the people that reported him weren't even his one-on-one patients.
No,
these are just random people that he hurt their feelings. Yeah. So in a world like that, I see where I agree with everything you're saying. I just need to be like the guy that I need to defend them, sadly, which puts me in a terrible spot because it sounds like I'm defending bad shit. But I agree with you, it's bad. But like in a world where you can just have everything taken away from you like that, I can't. I just can't do it. I can't. I need to because he said more.
Yeah, you value fairness.
Like, I clean my room.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know,
that's the thing too.
I know it can be helpful.
Thing I've heard from that's really like, I don't know. I haven't heard many great points from him other than like, you should clean your room.
I don't know anything about him, but he's been on Joe Rogan like multiple times.
8 times.
But one day, my mom reads all the time. She is a real problem. But one time, I just walked by. She had like a stack of books on the counter, and like 3 of them,
She had 12 rules.
No. She had 3 Jordan Peterson books.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck are these? She was like, those are my books. I was like, that's Jordan Peterson. She was like, who the fuck is Jordan Peterson? Those are my books.
She was like, I wrote these books. She was like trying to plagiarize.
She had the 12 rules.
He has other books too.
No, but doesn't he have the 12 rules, like 12 more rules, and then it's like beyond?
I have no idea.
Something like that.
I'll take a picture.
It's like beyond order.
Yeah, I mean, he had like old stuff too about like young and unconscious and stuff. Yeah.
But it was thick books too, so I don't know what he's writing in there, but he.
I also think another thing with him, last thing with him, then I'll stop, is like, I just can't help it. It's just like he's being like pushed into like a corner. Like you can just see him getting pushed into a corner, especially with the practice. Like the practice, him getting his practicing away is like the biggest step since. But like in interviews, like he just gets no love. Like people will like attack him, and like a lot of people are, like he doesn't. As you said, he started out pretty like, just like
he's just a professor.
Just like a dude, and like people really push back, and I just don't think he was ready for that type of like.
Yeah.
Right. I think like to put the kind of attention that he's gotten onto like any person just like melts your brain a little bit. Yeah. And so it's like you can't expect them to make it through, but like it's just a bummer.
Yeah, it's not like it's like Chris Pratt type of attention where it's like, like dude, you shouldn't have been Mario. It's like, who gives a fuck? Like, he just made $500 million in the box office. Like no one cares if he's Mario or not in the end. But it's like this is like they think that he's like killing like people.
Yeah.
And then like he goes to all these conferences where everyone's going, they're like, oh, like you saved my life. You're the reason that I like got up and got a job. So he has this massive chasm between the two sides of his story. So it's just interesting. I wonder I think
there's definitely just a whole thing of like there's a lot of young people that don't have enough guidance in life to where it's like if somebody just gives them good advice, and even if they have other opinions that are like not great, it's like you kind of get pulled that way just because that's the same thing with Andrew Tate. I think there's just a bunch of young boys, just like no one tells them anything.
Well, to that point,
they into like, yo, this guy is cool. I'd be like that. Where it's just like there's just a hole that needs to be filled, and then he didn't ask to be like the parent to all these fucking weird loser kids, but like there's all these little freaks that are like I'm fucking so into them. You know what I mean? That are like scary.
But if it's not that, something else.
Right, and and like
and
that's not.
It's not. There's just people that are interested with his ideas, which is like the other level. But there's like all the people who are like, you saved my life, to where it's like then they'll like go with him to places where it's like maybe you should like ease off part of that, but like they feel like indebted.
Right, but their actions aren't his responsibility. Exactly. It's like it's like with like Beyonce and the Beehive, like what her fans do is not her responsibility.
I don't blame Beyonce for any of that.
It's to kind of like
she's fine.
Right. Yeah.
It's you're good in our book.
And like a lot of the stuff to kind of like take the conversation more broadly instead of just like about this like this guy that we've seen on podcasts and stuff. It's like a lot of the traps that people will blame like him for like leading young people towards are traps that like young people who don't know what they're talking about are just going to fall into anyways. Like you're going to blame people for your problems that aren't actually responsible because you don't know better. You're going to like make like rash and unfortunate financial decisions if you don't have somebody like above you who's going to tell you that that's not a good idea. Like these are just like kind of things that like are going to happen, and it's a bummer that like there's like a large amount of people like domestically and abroad that like don't know what they're doing. It's like it's just a leadership problem, and then people are like, well, like I don't know how to fix it, but we can just blame this guy. And it's like, you know, right. Like not to say like I'm kind of with Matt on like the like I don't like a lot of the stuff that he's been saying, at least recently, but like to act like that he is like the cause for like a bunch of like young guys who don't know what they're doing. It's like, no, like there's a bunch of people and nobody told them like a correct way to act, and so they're acting out. Like that's just how it works.
Yeah, no matter who it ends up being. Like, you want to go?
It's like there's a bigger problem.
But, I agree.
Word.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Mario movie or?
No.
We saw the Mario movie.
Did you?
Who
did you actually?
I'm gonna
give you a one. Huh?
Just you.
No.
Of us, you're the only one that's seen it.
Oh yeah, out of us, yeah. Yeah, no, it was.
Kieran's the only one who's seen it at all.
Yeah.
You got a sneak peek. One.
No, I was like, just
what? Okay. Yeah, it was fine. The way I would describe it, honestly, just summarize it real quick. It wasn't bad. Like it wasn't like Mario shouldn't look like that. This plot is unrealistic. This doesn't make sense. Like it all kind of made sense.
Okay.
And it was also a children's movie.
Good.
But it was nice and short too. It was an hour and a half.
Nice.
Good.
So it was. It wasn't bad.
Was it funny?
It was. It was pretty funny.
Jack Black's in it.
Jack Black was pretty good. I definitely had some laughs, if that's what you're asking about.
That's what that comedy thing is.
Yeah, it was fine.
It's a good sell.
I was thinking about Jack Black earlier because there's
How much?
like for hours, dude, every day. But there's this guy, his name's like Mark something, and he does like improvise like songs on YouTube where he like plays the piano, like he'll add drums and he sings. He's like kind of funny, but they gave him this Amazon show where he could do that, but like with a full band. And so like there's no planned music, they're not playing covers, but like they just make it up on the spot. So sometimes it's like actually good, sometimes it's like more funny. But there's this episode where it's him, Jack Black, I forget his name, but it's the music guy from James Corden's show, I think, and like one other people.
Not from Stephen Colbert?
No.
Reggie Watts.
Reggie Watts, yes. And it just gets so off the rails, and you can tell it's like clearly not scripted. Like people from the crew, like filming the thing, are on stage dancing by the end of it, and it gets so wild. Like you could watch like one of the camera grips like going up to one of the models that was like supposed to be on set, and, like trying to get her phone number, like and like Jack Black's like playing the saxophone and like dancing. I was like,
Jack
I want to
Black's
fiend
energy.
that. It's so good.
He is energy.
Yeah,
he is energy. He's pretty good.
He's a legit like heavy metal like performer too. Am I wrong? Like I heard like
I don't know if he's heavy metal, but yeah,
or whatever it is. Yeah, like he's like pretty like legit. Like
yeah, he can play. So
he can kind of has the voice somewhat.
He can growl.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
He's Jack Black.
Yeah.
His name rhymes, so
yeah.
Does it? Jack
Yeah, it's
Black?
very stage namey. Yeah,
It's real though, right? It's his real name.
who knows?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie, if that's not his real name, I'm gonna be really upset.
Yeah, it's Jacques Bloch.
Mind if I Google?
Do it.
Please.
Well, okay.
Let's take the over under on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was just gonna say,
Dude,
No, it's not.
No?
Real. No, it's not real.
I think it's real.
Totally real.
I think it's real.
There's
real.
no way it's not fucking real.
It might
There's
not
a
be
way.
though. Is
I put my life on this. So
Jack Black his real name? Oh, guys.
what?
What is it?
Thomas Jacob Black,
Oh, so kind of.
professionally known as Jack.
He just
Black.
uses his
yeah.
middle
So-
name.
So I did half your life. Kieran.
No, you don't.
I do.
No,
dude.
we're right.
Jack
Jacob.
Black.
Jacob Black.
Thomas-
Oh, it's
Thomas
Jacob Black.
Well, you could Jacob shorten Jack.
You could
I
Jacob
think
the Jack.
I think Kieran has to give up half his life.
No.
But I would never go by.
No.
Like I wouldn't go by
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah,
my,
yeah.
my middle name is Michael.
Yeah.
What that? Like it's
No, my
that's
dad
tough.
goes by his middle name.
That's gangster.
Oh, my
as
uncle
fuck.
goes by his little name.
What?
My middle
Okay,
name.
what are these guys' names?
Well, my middle name is Lawrence, and his is too, but you can just go by Larry.
So he goes by Larry.
Yeah.
What's his first name?
Philip.
Why does he go by Larry if his first name is Philip?
For personal reasons.
It would be one thing if his name was like Barkevius or something like just like I don't want to implant that on other people. Let me just let them say Larry. I know one Barkevius. He was the 9th overall draft pick to the Cleveland Browns. Barkevius Mingo. He played Mingo stuff. He played for the Patriots for like 1-2 years maybe. He was awful. But his name, I swear to God, he stayed in the league an extra 5 years because his name was Barkevius Mingo.
Yeah.
That's it's awesome. Like, yo, like who's
available
in the free
jersey,
agency pool? Everyone's looking in the free agency pool. They're like,
holy shit.
We got Barkevius Mingo at linebacker. It's like, do you want him or like Ray Leach? It's like,
yeah.
Let's bring in Barkevius.
Yeah, of course. We should bring Markevius on the pod.
How about your dad goes by the
Yeah,
name?
yeah. Well, he changed it, but like he was born Joseph Todd, and we called him Todd, so we always went by Todd. And then he just legally switched it, so his first name Todd Joseph.
That is the most. Wait, why did people call him Todd, not Joseph? Is his dad's name Joseph or something?
No, his dad's name's Dennis.
So where? Like, I don't get how this could happen. I've never heard of this before until today.
Yeah, it wasn't that somebody was confused. I think it was just my grandma was just like Todd better, and she lost on the name, but she just called him what she wanted to call him.
To be fair,
you just go by whatever you want.
That's true. Murph Dog's name is Matt.
Yeah, I go by
do you guys know that?
Sometimes.
I call him Matt.
Yeah.
This is the thing.
What?
This is the you.
Because I met him. You know, like I met him and I was like, Matt.
Oh.
Because this is the weird thing of like, if I meet someone through like Kieran or that circle, then they'll be like, "Oh, you're Murph Dog," and I'm like, "That's not my fucking name." Like, it's weird when it's weird when someone that doesn't know me is like, "Oh, that's you, right?" And it's like, no,
but it
like,
is
when,
you.
When you say it, it's cool. But you know what I mean?
See, Kieran's looking at you with like a malevolent look. I feel like you do it on purpose. You're like, yo. It's like before you can even get a word, I was like, "That's Murph Dog," like from across the room.
It is.
You're Kieran, or you're Yart God.
Yart Dog.
Yeah. You ever hear him say Yart?
Yart?
It's been less. It's been less lately.
Nah.
You've never heard him say Yart?
Nah. Kieran's thing is that laugh actually, and then this. That's Kieran.
That is Kieran.
He does this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, stop.
That's one too.
We
That's
have
another
to do this podcast.
But DOD,
guys,
when I met Kieran a year ago, now or like almost, it's been a minute.
2 years now.
Because we dormed together. He would just when I met him, he would just be like Yart, and it would be just a way to end.
Not even like Yart.
Yart. Or I think you might have started at Yurt, but quickly became Yart and that's much funnier because it would be like if somebody's talking to him and he just doesn't really want to keep the conversation going. It's just like Yart.
See, I've never been hit with the Yart, so that must mean
yeah.
I'm not ruining his conversation.
Because we had a roommate we didn't like. He dropped so many Yarts on him, but it's like it's just
Yart
like,
bombs.
Well, because it's just like an exclamation.
Bombs.
You know,
Y'all just dissing this roommate like that.
It's like kind of like a no. We
he was a bad.
We hate him.
I heard you guys talk about this on one of the other podcasts. It was like.
But so
this guy literally.
You were saying the Yart, and then we were like Yart God. And that's you. That was like.
Did Jake start that? I feel like Jake.
Jake started. I think Jake said first Yurt God, and then quickly we all changed to Yart God.
Yart God.
But that was like first like week or two of like knowing you. It was like, oh, Yart
That's
God.
because of that bad roommate we had. Because every time I would walk into the dorm, we had a suite. So I would walk into the dorm and I'd walk to like down this little hall to my room. Yeah. So, and I'd have to walk past his room and he would go, "Hey, Kieran, so do you want to smoke weed right now?" And he would just like
sounds like a pretty sweet roommate.
No,
he wasn't. And like a nice follow me to my door and I'd just be like, "Yart, yeah, I gotta go." Like,
I gotta go in here.
That's a great escape.
But it's so strange though because when he was hit with it, it feels good to be hit with a Yart. Even though
does it feel good to be hit with a Yart?
Yeah, because it's like if you're like, "Yo, Kieran, like
Yart."
It's like, "Oh yeah, you want to do something later?" It's like, I don't know, Yart. It's kind of like it's like an end, but it's like a positive like Yart. You know what I mean? Like it
ends on a high note.
Yeah,
it's like a nice little like push, like get away from me, buddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yart.
Is that what that is? Is it a push?
No, it's
That's how you
have to be there to understand.
It's
each
context.
one has a different meaning.
Context.
Yeah.
It all depends on body language, like the space,
Yeah, eye contact.
Eye contact, very important.
That's probably very important. I feel
Super
like,
important.
Now that I'm thinking about it, because if you're like Yart, like I'm not like
that's a no-no.
That's a no-no. But if you're looking at someone, you're like Yart, like
that's
real.
Because you're actually like a dog. Like we're dogs, but you're like he's like a dog, right? Do you get that vibe?
He's doggish. I wouldn't
Right?
say he's dog, but he's doggish.
He's like
In the
Dog
same way that I'm a
adjacent, yeah.
doggish. Like people call me like a golden retriever. Like
I see that. I
I
see
can just
that.
bounce
Yeah.
around like a room.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I got the energy, sometimes I'm just
Somebody
like,
comes home and you're just like,
Yeah, I swear I'm
just
either
breathe
like
out of your mouth really
I'm either
hard.
like a dead sloth or I'm like a really like jacked up golden retriever. It's like that. Those are my two like modes.
Yeah.
Because if I'm dead sloth, I'm just like on a video game like.
Mhm.
And that's all that's happening
Yeah.
Yeah.
in my mind.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. What's your animal?
I don't
Oh,
know.
your animal. Are you a dog?
He is. Look at
Shit.
him.
I mean,
He acts like one. He looks
I
like one.
guess.
You could go. You could be like a lemur though. So
Mm.
I don't know.
a chill lemur, but a lemur.
I could totally be a lemur.
I had a friend in elementary school that looked like a lemur.
Really?
Yep.
You pulling it up?
No, no. I was.
Just
He's just-
browsing.
I got a picture of him. I
I'm
was
just
gonna
going on
look at-
Twitter.
I was gonna see if I could find a video of it. I send videos of dogs all the time.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, they look like Kieran.
My Instagram reels is finally gonna get more attention than my TikTok because last night I was going and it just gets me because every single video without fail, and this isn't related, but they all had like the content warning thing on it. It was either people taking shits in public or people crashing their cars,
Those are-
and they were
so-
awesome.
So they got you. now.
Yeah.
It's over now.
Yeah, they got me. I'm never leaving.
I'm not much of a car crash content consumer,
Have you ever been?
I used to be.
but I have. There has been
Right?
times in my life.
Yeah.
Those compilations go sometimes.
Nah, you know what? I'm kind of sadistic for this one. I used to look up like worst NFL injuries.
Yeah.
Dude,
And
Oh
I just
yeah.
watching
evil.
guys
That's
like
evil.
watching guys get smoked and just lay on the ground like this.
Yeah.
Oh my
Dude.
And then like the trainer
God.
goes over and they're like, it's like when you pointing that pal,
Yeah.
like, you don't know what's going on.
Basketball clips are brutal because like at least like in football they have like the padding and stuff, so like and they're mostly covered, especially if like they're playing in the cold. So like if they get something bad, it might be covered. If you're in basketball shorts and a jersey, if the bone comes out of the leg, you see the whole
my
thing.
Kevin
God.
Ware.
Yeah.
I watched that live. I was just like, oh. When there's a clip I'll never forget. Is that the dog that looks like Kieran?
This looks like Kieran, doesn't it?
No.
Look at him.
He's got Kieran vibes.
What's
But I
that
don't know. I
way?
wouldn't say he looks like.
He looks like
You
Kieran.
know, like
I feel like that's your vibe. Kieran never looks at me like that.
Kieran
know.
looks maybe
I
like
think
my
that's
teacher
what he
like
looks
that.
like.
You know, like he's just like. But
God.
there's just one clip of this NHL goal.
That's more. That's
You ever
better.
see
This is
it?
Kieran.
That's better.
That's better. That's the one you showed me
Yeah.
because you showed me this before, by the way.
Oh yeah, I showed you this. I was like, this is Kieran.
That one makes sense to me.
This is
Yeah.
my friend Kieran. He'll be on the podcast. And he was like, I went to school with that dog.
Yeah.
He was
Oh yeah, yeah. You ever see demolition fails?
Oh my god.
Demolition fan.
Yeah, when they blow up buildings, mess them up.
No, I've never seen.
How do you mess that up?
Because it'd be like to blow up like a
Blow up the building next to it.
smoke.
Ah.
Like what's the you know
Shit.
the like columns for smoke.
Yeah.
Like they blow those up and they want them to fall one way, but they fall the other way, and they destroy like power lines, another building. And you'll see people-
Tower 7 on
people running.
9/11, they're
They
like,
have a bunch-
oh,
'cause
God.
there's a lot of people on a demolition
Hey,
crew.
guys
Yeah.
went straight
So they'll
down.
run.
Went straight
Yeah,
down.
It's good. Or like they're
Oh
trying
my
to destroy a
God.
building, but the building
Oh,
goes down.
By
super
the we're having two podcasts going on. You ever seen Psycho, the movie?
Psycho?
Yeah,
Yeah, like the
classic.
classic Psycho. Yes, I have.
Oh my god. So you know Norman Bates, the hotel
Yeah,
guy?
yeah.
So
He's doing it
this is
again.
gonna blow your mind.
No,
So
no.
I had to watch this movie
Yeah.
2 months ago for one of my classes. So
Actually, a good movie.
it's really good. But Norman Bates, creepy ass guy. But so that guy, I forget what his name was, but that actor, that role obviously was like blew him up. It like made him huge.
Yeah,
He had a wife at the time. I forget her name too. But they were both like 60s Hollywood actors.
The wife was an actress as well.
Yes.
Okay.
It was the 60s Hollywood. But I clicked, so I was looking this up for a class, and I was looking at the Norman Bates actor's Wikipedia, and I clicked on his wife's Wikipedia, and it gives you the little box there, and it just said cause of death, terrorist attack. And I was like, that's a
She
little
didn't
weird.
die in 9/11.
She was in one of the planes.
She was in one of the.
Yes.
Oh What a fucking web, you know?
I know.
Was he already dead?
He died in 1980, which is crazy because she like lived that long. She was like,
holy shit, dude. She was on one of the planes that got jacked.
Yes. Out of Logan Airport.
It was funny. I've never thought about what planes were getting jacked. Really, like I don't know. I never thought about like who was on it.
Boston boys.
Yeah, I don't know why.
People don't Boston.
Seth
it's not really a
MacFarlane.
Boston tragedy, but it was in a way.
It was. Yeah, they were just all hopping.
My
on.
grandfather upstairs was supposed to be on one of them.
Seriously?
Yeah, he was booked to be on one.
Serious?
Of them. Yeah, dead serious. But
Dude, no, you're lying.
No,
How have
I'm
you
not.
said this? We've talked about 9/11 before.
My mom brought it the other day, and it kind of like I always knew it, but I would never
looks
think
like
of
he's
it.
supposed to be on one of them.
What are you guys saying? Guys, this
Nothing.
is all on the record. We'll find out. You can't do
it's not.
secrets.
Nah, dude.
We'll
It's
find
between
out.
me and the
Play
viewer, you know what I mean? Hey,
Yeah.
Kieran.
No, just let it lie.
That's
Is
crazy.
that
Does he
not
still have the
mind-blowing?
ticket?
That would
my
be
God.
nuts.
That's true. It would have been a
That's crazy.
physical ticket. I don't know because he rebooked. That was why he wasn't.
I can't make it. I have
Give it back.
Bocce that day.
Yeah.
Like,
So I'm sure he had to give it back to him to get the new.
That's
Damn.
dope. I can't believe it. You guys ever been to the 9/11 memorial?
No.
I think
It
so.
is-
The one-
It was the dopest thing I've ever been to. Honestly, did you like it?
It's
was
got
pretty
water in
good.
the middle, right? It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that was like I was walking around that place like, dang, like that like for real happened.
Yeah.
My dad always tells the story. He said he was sitting like watching the news, and I was just born. So like I was like right next to him, and he was just like rocking me, and then like just fucking bing bing bing, like things start going down, and he was just looked at me and he was like, "You're fucked, pal. Like whatever world I just brought you into, you're fucked." Like, and he. I don't know. It's just I wonder what like that's like a sort of doubt. Like you're a parent and like you see that something happen. Like, you're just like, oh my god,
What did I do to them?
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, oh my, because he looked at me. My sister's like playing with like a Barbie doll in front of him. He's just like, oh no, oh no.
I gotta restart.
Yeah, he's like, let's just bury these ones.
Yeah.
Give it like 5 years.
Yeah. Have you seen that French Brothers documentary about 9/11?
No.
It's like the only footage that exists of the first tower getting hit because these two French like documentarian brothers decided to do a documentary about like firefighters in New York City, and they just happened to be following the firefighters that went in.
Really?
And it's literally just they're outside checking like the radiation or like some pipes, some shit, so they get like beeping, and then they hear a plane, and everybody looks up, and then the camera just pans quickly, and it's the only thing.
That's the
first
only.
plane.
Was it not on the news? Oh no,
No,
it
well,
was
no-
already
no one was-
crashing.
no one was
and then they're
reporting the
reporting,
first
and
one.
then another one flew
Yeah,
in.
so there's like a fucking 1,000 angles of the second one.
What a fucking
But
event!
this is the only one. And then the crazy thing is the documentary. Then one of them goes in. He's in the fucking building as it collapses, and he lives.
That's hard.
He's like with all of them when they're all trapped underneath.
Pete Davidson's dad was in there.
Yeah,
That's true.
He didn't
but
make it.
they showed us this documentary in 7th grade on the anniversary of 9/11.
Teacher's like, this will fuck him up.
The teacher got the auditorium booked, and he brought us in there. So just a class of like 20 kids, and I had it last period, and he showed us that. And then the camera's inside the building, and you hear the bodies falling.
Oh,
and it's
my
like,
God.
it's like,
Damn, it's raining.
It's
huh?
way louder than it's way louder than you could ever imagine. You know?
Yeah.
And then the teacher's like, okay, class is over. Everybody go home. So and I was just like looking around the class, and everyone was like
Crying.
no,
yeah.
everyone was like,
That's
whoa, because it's like you know,
Alright.
yeah, it's like nobody thinks about like 9/11 in detail at all.
Yeah, no,
like
no,
our
yeah,
age especially.
no.
You
Yeah.
know,
It
I
was
was
just
born
like-
after 9/11.
Because I only think about the buildings.
Yeah,
You know, but
Well,
like
you know,
if you're watching the news
but-
that day, like people are just jumping out of the
Yeah,
bitch.
but I feel like now the idea is like a couple people jumped, a lot of fucking people jumped. Like it was like it's scary.
Yeah.
I laugh because I can't deal with it. I think.
I know, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
but it's just like I'm doing mature.
It is funny to think like man, like this teaching job's pretty rough. Like I gotta show what to the kids today?
Honestly,
We booked the auditorium for
no, that
what?
sounded like pure. That sounded like pure.
that was
like,
his idea.
passion, you know, like he's like, all right, I can't wait. It's that day. It's that time of the year, guys. It's like the third day of school.
This is the day that's gonna
Yeah,
change
it's
your
9/11.
life.
So-
Right,
definitely
it's in
first month,
September, yeah.
2 weeks in.
Yeah,
It's like,
I
hey,
definitely didn't know him that well.
It's like, hi, I'm Mr. Hoyt. This is my this is our first
I
session.
know I don't know your names yet,
Let's
but
just go straight
We're gonna
into
be
the
doing a little
auditorium.
field trip today.
Yeah.
Go to the auditorium.
So do you hear that? Yeah, that's bodies. Just so
Yeah.
you know. That's
Yeah,
nuts.
it's an interesting documentary though. You know.
Yeah. I gotta watch it. I had never seen any footage of the first one getting
This
struck.
is the only one.
I thought that was I thought that there was no footage. I was really fucking. Like,
I think I've seen it.
You've seen like the shot. Right?
Well, because you know the Toy Story meme where it's like it's Buzz
Yeah,
Lightyear and
then
Woody
it
and they're
shows
flying
the
and
whip.
Woody's like,
It's
where are
like-
we headed, Buzz? It's a 9/11. I think that's the angle.
Yeah, because it's like a whip pan.
Yeah.
Yo, I wonder if there's like some like if it's like a bad thing that like I find 9/11 humor funny. I remember I showed my dad a 9/11 joke once on Twitter and he was like, "What the fuck?" And my dad's like funny. My dad like he don't. I never thought he cared. Like I thought he was just like I was just like, "Look at this! It's Luigi stepping on one of the towers."
Oh my god!
And he was just like, "That's fucked up. You know how many people died?" I'm like,
You know,
"Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I do."
It's very generational, I
Yeah,
think.
definitely.
Yeah.
There's like a memorial to it here on campus.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
Well,
On East.
what?
There's
What?
like
It's
Like over
there.
here on Super East or like
No, like
on East?
on East campus.
outside.
But
UMass
what
Lowell,
what
there's
is
a-
it?
like a dozen UMass Lowell alumni, or
God.
maybe more.
We're on the plane.
I don't know if
Maybe
they
in
were
the
on
buildings.
plane,
Maybe
but
they had some good
It
jobs.
might be more than a dozen.
What is up with this
But,
plane?
like,
I
yeah.
gotta find out.
It was
the
in Logan.
past-
I mean, it was in Logan.
Dude, this happened
Yo.
in 2001.
Nah, the dopest thing was what was the name of the flight? The one that they like people barged and they-
93. Oh.
Do you believe that?
And I buy it. Either that or the guy just had bad aim. But
No,
like
it's
I saw them-
no,
oh,
there's, no, those aren't the
73?
options. The other,
What are the
the options
options?
are they took it down or the military was like, we're gonna blow this one up and not tell anyone.
oh,
that's
totally what happened.
Yeah.
Why did you tell me that?
Yeah. They
That's so what happened.
right before they're like they're all heroes. We agree. They're all heroes.
Yeah,
They're all heroes.
because yeah,
Why die that way?
because it's like that. That was the one that was heading to the White House, and it was like
Pentagon, right? I thought.
no, the
Or White
Pentagon
House?
one hit,
Pentagon. Yeah, that's like no one talks.
but the only one they
yeah.
stopped
Yeah.
was the one that was going to the White House.
So they're like, yo, should we shoot it down?
They're like high priority on this one. Let's send all the
well.
fighters there.
Either way, they gave a great cover-up story.
Well, yeah, because
like, those
because
guys.
Can you hear the phone calls? So that's the thing that kind of disproves the theory, I guess, right? Can you hear those?
I don't know.
Because there's like the people say that like the phone calls of like to the families.
could also just-
I know that could be fake,
Right.
But it's the
I
idea of
hate
like
to
the,
say that, but
well, I guess that gets into like almost too far conspiracy of like the Sandy Hook kids were actors.
No,
Like,
no,
yeah,
but
yeah,
like
that's, like,
that one was
I
closer
like
there.
I think it's different than that because
It
to
is
get
just phone
to get
calls,
cell
I guess.
service on a plane in the air in 2001, are you insane? Like,
Yeah,
another
I don't know.
great point.
like if you
Yeah.
turn
especially with one of the U.S. military missiles heading straight at it, you know, like it had to be kind of tough.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense though. That's definitely what happened. But
also
why
it's
can't we
like-
just say
yeah.
both?
both.
Yeah.
No one knows. Maybe they were.
Wait, so
Yeah.
is there proof of like people taking over the
Well,
plane
I
back?
mean, no, it blew up.
There's,
no,
like, goodbye
physical
phone
proof.
calls.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
phone. I think, but do they say like we're gonna do
Okay.
this?
We're about to take.
We'd have to
Yeah, they say,
listen.
like,
Yeah.
we're gonna do this.
All right. Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg was that.
We're just about to take over this plane right
His
now.
voiceover.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for the right moment.
Yeah.
Go, oh, we're going. We're on the way to like.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not what
Say,
happened.
how do you
Someone's
want
doing
to-
a vlog.
That's
like
how it happens
stopping some
now.
terrorists
Like,
head in.
Oh
Like,
my god.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
someone saw terrorism, they'd just be
Facebook
like,
Live.
"Oh my god, look at the terrorism!" Like, you know,
Yeah,
it just ruins it. Ruins it. There'd be so much coverage of 9/11. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
the documentary would be like, it's just like we
8
found
hours.
18,000 new angles of this building burning. Like, you could,
Jesus.
you know, because you could just everyone just fucking, how you doing? You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that. Maybe it's good though.
Maybe.
More coverage.
We were talking about school a little bit. Do you guys have any like bad teacher stories or anything?
Do we
Any,
have
like any like school drama?
You had that teacher on who, what's his name? Jose.
Jose Mauricio?
He's my teacher.
Dude, he's goated.
Is he your teacher
He
now?
was last semester.
Strategic management.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
fuck with him?
He doesn't like me at all. I gave a presentation last week on the wrong chapter, and
That'll do it though. You know?
Yeah.
That's
That'll
fair.
do it.
and then he was like, "Did you mean to do that?" And I was like, "Listen, differentiation. You always want to have an edge on everyone else." He was like, "Oh, okay."
That's what you said to him.
Yeah. The fuck? This is
Nah, this guy's
strategic.
no nonsense.
He ended
Dude,
it with a little
strategic
yart,
management.
you know?
You
Dude,
have
he
to-
is. He's the smartest guy I've ever talked to in my life. He is like so fucking smart.
Yeah.
You know, he actually likes Jordan Peterson. Funny enough,
he does.
he's like sponsors him. Like,
I know. I'm
he's
in
like,
his class now.
He does
and
ad
sponsors
reads
them?
for his book.
Pretty
Well,
much, he like
on-
has.
You got the 12 rules.
on the blackboard, he just on the like front page, he has like a list of 10. He's like, here's some podcasts I listen to. It's like Lex Friedman, like a ton of things. But yeah, we both had him, except Dan had him on the pod.
I did have on my podcast. Yeah. It was kind of cool, actually. I want to have more teachers. Do you ever have Mr. Cullen?
Yes.
Dude.
From high school. Yeah.
Dude, this guy was like the craziest man. He was a good teacher. People loved him. Like, people loved him. Me, though, he like had this thing out for me. I don't know really what it was because I'd never really had that type of relationship with a teacher.
I know what it was.
What was it?
Because we were in the same class.
We were in the same class? So okay, all right.
I remember the first day.
What'd I do?
Did
I do something?
I forget something like he was talking about like a band or something, and then
Fish.
Yeah, and then you were like, what is that? Your dog's name? He was like, don't you ever fucking say that shit. Yeah. Okay. Don't you ever fucking say that shit.
I'm pumped you remember this. So now, no, that just triggered what it actually was. That was close.
Yeah.
So we had this debate. So we were set up in two sides of the room. So we were having this debate, but like he always did this thing. Our class for 50 minutes. First 25 were him just talking to us about whatever the hell. Like it could be like a concert he's going to, whatever it was. He started talking to us about his dog. And he has two dogs. So one of them is like crazy, whatever.
Yeah.
I forget the name of that dog. And then he's got one named Buster, which is like a little inside joke with me and my dad. My dad and me, like every dog we see, we're like, well, hey Buster. Like we love, like we just think Buster's a good dog name.
Yeah.
So I was instantly like got me in like a little bit of a jolly mood. And then he starts like describing. He was funny, this teacher. So he starts describing this dog, and he's like, "Yeah, he's like the chillest dog ever. He just floats around my house like a fucking Buddha, like just like on like a rock. He just floats around like this." So he's telling the story, and I'm laughing like with him, because it was funny.
Yeah,
and I like funny, and I'm laughing like, and I laugh hard. Like I love to laugh, so I'm literally just laughing, and everyone else is like moderately laughing, but I'm just being me. Like I'm laughing with like my friend Nick, and then I just hear like, it's like, "Hey man," and I was like, yeah, and he was like, why are you laughing at my dog? I was like, yo, because usually it's just like, it was like a funny story. He's like, yeah, but like, what are you making fun of my dog for? And I was like, what the fuck is happening? I was so like taken aback. Like, I didn't know what the hell was going on. He's like, well, how about you just like don't do that ever again? Because like it's like extremely disrespectful in my classroom. And he talked to students like this. Like he'll like snap at students not in a way of like, you're in detention. It's a way of like, bro, like, dude, like, we can take this outside and fight.
Yeah,
like,
it's honestly, it's exactly
that's
like
what it
that.
felt like. Yeah. So he was talking shit, and I was like, all right, I won't, pal. And he was like, what?
How old were you? Like 15?
Probably 16, so I don't remember that. But he was like, but he was like, yeah, like, honestly, like, that's like, it's just like messed up to do that. So like, let's just not like have that type of discourse in this class. And I was like, all right, pal. Like, I got frustrated, and he was like, okay, all right, okay, we're gonna get started now. Like, ruin the tone of the class. Do you remember it now?
I remember this. Yeah,
I literally
you saw this.
Yeah,
he was there.
Well, it definitely did, because he was just like, yeah, it was like maybe the first day or something.
It was
he
pretty
was
early.
Like, he was just like, what's up, guys? Like, so this class is gonna be pretty chill. Hey, are you talking shit about my dog?
That's what
like, he literally just flipped
about me for no reason.
He's also a fiery ginger.
Yeah,
and he's like, I am from Ireland. I love Ireland, but I can't trace anything back there. But I go there all the time.
yeah.
So it was very cool.
He was unique. I have this video of him racing somebody. You ever seen this?
What are you? Yeah,
and he was racing. So we had this overpass in high school. Double doors on both sides. It's the type you just push straight through. Whatever. Yeah. So he wanted to race somebody. Fuck if I know. I'm like, dude, you're trying too hard. Me personally. Anyway, he starts racing these kids. I say this, but I raced like 3 Mexican kids on my street the other day. Anyway, so they line up, and then someone's at the end, like both hands out, of course. And so they start moving, and he is booking it. Like, I've never seen someone run this hard in my life, especially not a man that's like 38.
Yeah.
So he is just hauling ass. His tie is straight, just hitting me in the face.
Yeah.
He gets to the hand. He's tripping over his own feet at this point, and then falls through the double doors. And the sound of his face and his hand hitting the double doors like this and blowing them open. It was like boom.
Yeah.
Like the craziest sound. It's like if he was like dropped this from
Did he go down?
the roof. He went down straight threw it down, rolled a couple times, video cuts because everyone was concerned. Got up probably fine because like I think he was made of like titanium or something.
Something like that.
I honestly got like no beef with him, but he had mad beef with me.
Dude, he was just the kind of teacher who like just like out of nowhere he'd be like, you know what, guys, let's get up, let's take a lap. Let's all get up, let's all take a lap.
Many times we just walk around the school.
Yeah,
I like that. I like going for a walk. I had teachers make me take a lap by myself because I would be asleep all the time. So I'd be like, get out. And I'd be like, all right.
Take a walk.
Just
You were a
take
sleeper?
What?
Yeah, big sleeper. Remember Smack High, that Twitter account? That would be like Massachusetts, like high school. There's a lot of pictures of me on Smack High asleep with the teacher just looking down at me.
We gotta find these.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Do you remember Raheem from high school?
No.
You don't remember Raheem?
Was he in our grade?
Yes. I'm shocked.
No.
So Raheem walked like he was falling. Like he just like fell into the next step.
Okay.
But anyway, he would always fall asleep in class. And I remember he fell asleep in class this one time. This teacher was like, no nonsense. It was a science teacher. I can't think of who it was. But like, I don't know. It might have been like Lazaro or something. So he's like straight just KO'd on one of these like the black tables, like, you know, like the science room tables.
Yeah.
And my teacher grabbed a textbook and then like just walked up to him and then just smashed his head. No, he just went like directly next to him, slammed the book down, and the kid like shut up. He's like, "Not my class!" And then it was like, "Get out!" And the kid like he's like falls out of the room, whatever. He walks. That was creepy. That was weird.
It's pretty fucked
teachers.
up.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I say this to Kieran all the time. Like, I feel like a lot of stuff's like not like happening to me, but I just like a lot of things are happening like around me all the time.
Yeah. I used to have this teacher in 8th grade who was the best science teacher ever. He was the fucking goat. Like, he had to get someone to bring in, like, liquid nitrogen because they wouldn't let him have it anymore. He was fucking up too much.
He just kept using the liquid
He
nitrogen.
kept using it too much, and they were like, you can't have that. So he had
Like
to
personal use? Or?
No, like in the class.
Okay.
Like, you can't keep freezing shit. Kids are going to get hurt. And he's like, okay, I'll get someone in. So he was like that. And there was this one kid who I hated who sat near me. I fucking hated him the whole time. And the teacher, he didn't like him either. He would like beef with him sometimes. Like we were talking about kinetic and potential energy. He's like, see, it's like, he said for me, he's like, for potential energy, it's like if Matt is standing on top of the stairs, that's potential. He could fall.
Yeah.
And he's like, but this other kid, if I push him, that's kinetic.
Okay.
And he was like fucking beef with him and shit. He was like, holy shit. Like, you just call him out straight to his face, but he deserved it, you know?
Yeah, if you're a piece
That's
of
a
shit.
cool teacher.
Yeah.
Also, he said we do like where some kids touching the electric ball thing and then everybody grabs their wrist.
Yeah.
He said one time they did that and some kid got his dick shocked because he stood in front of an outlet.
Oh,
It happened on his watch.
God.
But
Think it grew a little?
Low to the ground,
I
huh?
think they would have hurt. Yeah.
Maybe we should
Where
try
is
it.
that outlet?
Well, because it's in the science room. They're actually.
Oh,
I
it's
think
like
fair
on like
height.
okay, because it's
Sure.
on like science room. They have the tables,
Yeah.
kind of
But other science rooms, our science rooms were just like decked out, and then like every other building, every other room, every other building was just like the most dog shit.
Yeah. Oh my god. I walked into what's it called, an AP chemistry class once. I forget. I think I left my folder in this classroom, so I had to walk in there after, and it was an AP chem class. There was only like 5 kids in there. And I just grabbed my folder and I was on my way out, and it was this teacher, Miss Driscoll, and she was like, "Hey," she was like, "Hi," and I was like, "Hi," and I was like, "Don't talk to me." Like, she was like, so there was 5 kids in the class. She was like, 3 of these kids are named Sarah. There's 3 girls. She was like, "Do you know they're all named Sarah?" It's like, no.
It's like, hey Sarah, hey Sarah, hey Sarah.
Sarah. I gotta go. All right.
I'm already late. Being late, asking to go to the bathroom, shit I don't miss. That's all on that list.
Dude.
I'm just to compensate. I'm late to everything now. I'm like, I'm on my own time.
Yeah, like now this is
That's
me.
valid.
If I'm 6 minutes late, like no one gives a fuck anymore.
No.
Yeah.
If you want to go to the bathroom 6 times that class, you can do that. You can just
Sometimes
get up.
I'm driving to work. I'm like, shit, I'm late. This is gonna look bad on me. And I get to work, and the boss is late too. I'm like,
Oh my god, my boss was always late. It left a bad impression on me. I was like, I can be late whenever I want. My internship over the summer, it was 8:00.
Yeah.
We're both rolling in there at 9:30. Like, and we're just like, I was looking at him like, "What's up?" And he was like, "You're supposed to be here, but what's up?" Like, you know, I don't know. We just would stay late. You know, one of those types of jobs.
yeah.
Sometimes I still have the impulse of like, I should be there, and then I'll see like in class, and we'll just go to the bathroom for like a half hour, and I'm kind of like, that's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine, but I'm like, I would be stressed out. if
Nah,
that
your
was me.
boy. I mean, I don't do it in the classes that we're in, or even the class. Do I ever leave that class?
But I see people doing like in French, which is like an hour long.
Yeah, I'll just bounce.
You're
I'll just
missing
bounce. I'll just go get lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 30 minutes. No big deal. It's like, I'm not gonna. This ain't. I'm also like a senior,
Yeah.
So like, I'm almost out. I already got my rope, whatever.
That's facts.
I wanted my second rope. I'm .02 GPA away from getting 2 ropes and being like the Magna. Whatever.
What's your GPA?
3.48.
Holy shit.
So if I get these last .02 and then they don't give me my second rope,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the first one and hang myself.
Why you just get another rope? Just buy one.
No, that I should pull up with like 6 ropes.
So many ropes.
Super mega ultra cum laude, like whatever they call it.
Yeah.
I'm like, how loud am I coming? Really? Like,
So I graduated class of 2021 in high school. So we were like, we weren't like the ones that graduated like at the start of COVID, but we had a full like COVID year. So they did, when we had our tapping down, they just had like a picnic outside, which they didn't like bring food. They had like ice cream truck. It was just like bring your own food.
Yeah.
And then they just had like big brown paper bags with tapping down, a $10 Wendy's or a Dairy Queen gift card, and then personalized letters from teachers that were random. So I got one from a teacher I never had, and it said, "Great job," and then you're tapping down.
You're the best.
And one of my friends just got like 5 tassels. You can't get 5. Like
No.
He had everyone he could just by accident. Like he got shit they wasn't even in. Like, he was not in like any of the honor societies. He got like all of them.
yes,
That's pretty cool.
I want my second.
He
rope.
wore them. No one's gonna
Of
tell him.
You have to.
Yeah.
You're not gonna not wear them.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I could buy more shit then. I should just buy another tassel, buy
Well,
2
you
more
just
ropes.
get like chains.
Yeah,
You
a turnover
can't-
chain.
yeah.
That'd be sick.
I'm just gonna buy a purple, like just the whole suit, just purple.
That'd be,
yeah.
dude, you
I
see the
Just
biggest
be decked
gangster.
out, like bedazzled and like what the
Left
fuck?
my gown
You guys
at
wearing
home.
black?
Yeah.
That's kind of
I,
ugly.
mean, I want you to wear your cap and down on the pod, but you don't want to.
We could have done it today. We could have both had cap and gown.
Could have done it today.
You don't want.
You're both not.
I'm a sophomore.
I'm out. I'm gone.
You're already gonna
He's been
go
graduated.
Yeah, I've been graduated.
That's good. You're a sophomore.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
I know, right? We talk
What?
about that a lot.
You have so much.
Yeah.
You have so much ahead of you,
Do I
young
seem
man.
older?
You do. You
don't
do
know if I
seem a
do.
little older. Maybe just like a year. You seem like a junior. Like it's not that much older.
Yeah.
My friend is. He was born in like November of the year. Nick Simone. He's like a November 10th.
I'm
Baby.
close to that.
So he's turning 22 in November.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Isn't that crazy?
That is.
So like
That's kinda
he's like a
crazy.
whole year.
That's
Yeah,
like, that's like me because I'm 20, but I'm a sophomore.
Okay,
I'm
so
like 19 for 2 months.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm old for my grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So I was, like
Like,
my
like,
intuition,
like,
something
yeah.
about
Because it's
you.
like in elementary school, it's like you're 2 ages for a
Yeah.
school year, but it's like I was 5 for like 2 months of kindergarten. I was 6 the whole time.
What would you assume my age was if you just
Now?
Yeah, right,
I mean,
right.
yeah, like 22.
Yeah,
Who you
well,
are.
fucking spot on, pal.
I mean, I already knew that. But it's hard to. But yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
you're
'cause we were-
senior.
Yeah.
It's also just like it's either that or 2021.
It's written all over my face.
I don't know.
We're all
Seem-
college educated. We
Yeah.
all know what's up.
You seem older though.
Yeah. Does that even help?
Yeah.
But
You could be.
Kieran's
like
lived many
26.
lives.
yeah,
Could be.
yeah. I remember when I was in 4th grade. It was like the first time I was fully like disillusioned with a teacher. I was like, I don't trust these people anymore.
Yeah.
Because it
4th
was-
grade.
Yeah. 4th
Holy
grade
shit,
is when
that's
I
early.
switched because she it was her first year teaching. She was a guidance counselor before, and then the year after she went back to it. She was not ready to teach. She was there for vibes, but I was not there for vibes. I was like, I want to fucking learn.
You're out for blood.
I was pissed because all my other friends in other classes learned long division, and I didn't. And I was just a fucking idiot that couldn't divide shit. So she wouldn't teach us anything. And one time she made us watch a video she took where she went to a trip in Vietnam, and she took a video of her and her husband, and they are talking
Just
to
going at it.
no,
She's just bent over the
they're
table.
talking to these homeless kids that they meet, like these
They don't
3
speak English?
siblings. They're like max 12, like 12, 10, and like 8.
Yeah.
And they're talking to them, and the kids are pulling trash out of each other's hair and throwing it on the ground. And she literally says in the video, "Don't do that. Don't throw it on the ground." And then in the video, she offers them her leftovers.
Don't let her.
She offers them leftovers from her dinner.
Yeah, you
And
want the
she's
rest
like-
of my
she's
veal?
like, see, guys, see that video? And a bunch of people were tricked by it, but I saw right through it. Like, you're your fate is fucked, lady.
You're a
I'm
piece
just
of
imagining like it's like a video, like she's feeding like stray dogs. Like she's like, oh wow, look at them.
Look at
Yeah.
me. Look at
But it's
that.
like
Look
she
at
wasn't
me.
even- she
Look
wasn't
at
even
me
feeding them. She said, "I'll give you my scraps."
Yeah.
Fox. It was like, whoa.
It sounds like, dude, your
That's a
video
little-
experiences with teachers has been just traumatic.
Bat for bat, bro. Pretty good.
Like, that's really good.
Teachers should be abolished, but I
No,
mean, you're
they
having
should-
you're
they
out
should
here
show more
having them on
videos.
podcasts.
Hey, my
and
teacher's a
stuff.
sister.
Your teacher's a sister?
Wait, what?
My sister's a teacher? Yeah, my sister's a teacher.
Yep.
Both of those could be true.
Both of those could be true.
Yeah.
I
Teacher
mean,
could be a
that
sister.
probably is true. Like the other one, but like,
Some
yeah, my
teachers have
sister's a
sisters.
teacher.
That's
She
cool.
teaches 5th grade in
Damn.
Lynn,
Damn.
and these
That's
kids
tough. Yeah.
are just rough.
Yeah, they
yo.
probably beat the
Yeah.
shit
They
out
are
of her.
so no, but they're so. There's this one kid. I'm not gonna say his name, but
He's probably listening.
he came
you know
in.
his full name?
I do know his name.
His full name?
I know his full name.
That's crazy.
Well, because she brought me as a special guest.
Okay.
One day.
I was gonna say
into her
it'd be
Zoom.
crazy if she just told you that much beef.
But she does tell me that much. This kid, this is good stuff. This is funny. Comes in. It's Halloween, right?
yeah.
And everyone shows off their costume. You know, like some people are like, "I'm a bear," like, "I'm an athlete," whatever.
Yeah.
Just normal kids being kids, you know. Then we got this kid. He's a dreamer. This one, right? He pulls up. He's got like a tie on, like a white shirt, black pants. And he has a briefcase in his left hand and a platter in his right. I go, "What are you, son? Like, what is this?" He was like, "Well, I'm a secret spy, but I'm also a lawyer and I am a butler." And I was like, "So are you a secret spy pretending to be this?" And he's like, "I am all 3 of these things." This kid was a gangster for that.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, honestly, dream big, homie. Dream big." It was legit.
He's going places.
It's
Three
it-
places.
What an interesting like job though. My sister's around these 5th graders all day.
Yeah.
Like, do you think does that keep you young? Like,
I mean,
Definitely
you need
keeps
to you need to talk that way.
Yeah. Or there's definitely a divide because I've been thinking about this too because I'm the oldest in my family. So like my younger sibling is 6 years younger than me.
Yeah.
So but now he's like 13 or whatever. So it's been like since he stopped being a little kid, it's like I don't know any little kids anymore. You know.
That's
I'm out
true.
of touch with them.
Even
But,
just like
yeah.
the age range. Like if you're like 15, say your younger brother's like 10, your older brother's 20, whatever. It's like you only know
Yeah.
people in those
Yeah.
age. Like you know some of your brother's friends.
Yeah.
You know your little bro's friends, and like that's all you know is like those age ranges. And then there's like people in between that are just
Yeah.
missing
Do you know any kids?
more than I should.
Do you know Bluey?
Blue. Why do I know Bluey?
You know what that is?
What is that? Why do I know that?
It's a show.
Matt, why does he
You
know
know-
that?
you know-
Yeah,
what
why,
is?
Answer
I don't
him.
know, but why do I know? What is that?
That's like the thing new thing
That's the
kids
new-
are on.
Okay.
And it's like that's the thing.
It's not
that-
Peppa Pig anymore.
yeah, it's Bluey. But
Okay,
it's like
I've
that
heard
thing you
of
don't
this.
know unless you talk to kids. I only know
Yeah.
because my friend is like a counselor, so he knows kids.
I know because my sister. Yeah.
So
I
it's
also
like,
did some
That's the
counseling.
thing. You're right.
I mean, okay.
You know,
You
would
have to
want
find
any-
it from the kids.
Yeah, you do.
It, like,
It's kid
that's-
culture.
yeah, kid culture is like just they're not telling it. They're just keeping it themselves. They don't have to tell
Yeah.
other people.
Do you were you up for any superlatives in high school?
Oh my god. I
Dude,
was up
most
for
likely to yard.
Class
Yeah.
clown.
no worst driver.
You-
was
That's crazy.
bullshit.
You're the best.
Exactly.
Kieran's a good driver.
That makes
I
that's
didn't
funny.
even put my name in for that.
someone did that. Honestly, I know who the 2 people that hit Harrison and Kaylee Jefferson. They were dating at the time, and they were both on the ballot
For bad?
for worst driver.
Oh yeah.
And
Split
the
the
girl,
votes.
the girl won worst driver. But I'm telling you,
Mm.
I've been in cars with Harrison. This kid, one of my friends,
Yeah.
my near and dear friends. I love Harrison to death. He was here last weekend.
Mm.
However, this kid, we were coming back from Kimball Farms to Medford, so it's like you get on the highway to do this.
Yeah.
We're eating ice cream, and he's driving, so like he probably shouldn't be eating ice cream, but no, he decides to start eating his ice cream. Now, I don't have a huge issue with that if you're nice at driving. Like, I have an issue with it, but like if you got one hand on and you're taking licks, that's one thing.
Yeah.
He's got a cup. So that's a 2-hand procedure. And then, but it had kind of
Is it
melted.
in his legs or is it in his hands?
It's in his hands, like, and he's just like every once in a while he just puts a spoon back in, readjusts the wheel, and that's how he was driving for a little bit. And that was in the fast lane. So that's so like that's how he was driving, and I was like, I had issues. My hand was right here. I'm in the passenger, so I'm ready to yank if I need to.
Yeah.
Dead serious. This is my
Yeah.
concern.
Right.
We get near like a turnish type of area. And the ice cream was like 20 minutes on the drive, so the ice cream's a little melted. He takes it and goes like this. He now can't see the fucking road. And we're driving directly into a wall. So I love this about myself. And the few scary moments I've had, I've handled things correctly and calmly. I just go, and dog saved my life with this. And I just was holding it, and then he puts the ice cream down, and he goes, "Oh, Danny, sorry." I was like, dude, throw that out the fucking window. Because I'm not dying because of you.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a crazy story, but that Harrison impression was also damn good.
Right?
Just saying, that was damn good.
yeah, Harrison's my guy. For even though, like, he don't drive no more. When I'm going with him, he don't drive. Me in his car, I'll drive.
Yeah.
Because I don't mess with him.
It's just how it has to be. Damn.
Yeah.
Dan,
Jake's a really bad driver.
he is.
He, my friend, one time I was driving with him, and he just twice he was like, "I can't make a left turn."
What does that mean?
He said, "I can't make a left turn," because we didn't want to go into traffic. He's like, "I'm gonna go all the way around, turn, and then."
No.
Like he was afraid?
Yes. You know, like the intersection by McDonald's near campus?
Yes.
Like that. He was like, "I can't do it. I can't make a left turn."
No.
And he went all the way up to like 7-Eleven and then turned around.
I know
took a
exactly
right,
the spot.
And then once he came out, he was like, he had to take a right, out of it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "I can't do it."
The right?
Yeah, the right. The right? he was like, "I can't do it. I did it all the way around," because it's close to the intersection, So he basically had to be stopped at like 45 degrees for a second. He was like, "I can't do it. I can't do it." And I was like, "Jake, you have to do it. You have to do it." And I forced him to do it. He did.
See, this is why I beat up my friends.
Yeah.
At least I used to. I don't beat up my friends anymore. I thought I became annoying for sure. But I just like my friends were all smaller than me. And, like, yelling at them, like, if I yell at somebody enough, like, it just falls on deaf ears. They just think it's, when I yell, I'm never serious. I think they're just laughing at me. I'm like, no, you need to drive.
Yeah.
So we get out that whip, like, I have to just, like, RKO. I'm like, I don't know what else to do to get my message across, other than beat the living crap out of them.
Yeah.
It's the only way to do it. I mean,
especially when they're small, it's just by the head frisbee.
All my friends have always been small. Like, Harrison was small. He's like my height now, by the way.
Really?
Harrison's tall.
Dude.
Which is gross, isn't it?
That's kind of crazy.
He pulled up. I was like, dude, like, you grow? He's like, no. I was like, dude, why are you embarrassed? like, bro, you grew. And he was like, no, like, I'm still the same height. I'm like 5'10". I'm like, dude, you're my height. I'm 5'11.5". You're my height. And also, you were just 5'7". Like, he was just 5'7".
Dude, you were just 5'7".
That's what I say to him.
Yeah.
You were just 5'7". Like,
you have to say it sometimes.
You gotta hear the truth.
Yeah.
Damn. How long have you been doing your podcast? You've been doing it for a long time.
2 years.
That's,
2 years.
So you started it 2021?
Started it in 2021. It was in COVID, during COVID. Towards and it was fucking early.
Yeah.
And I did the first about 90 in person.
Mm.
So I'm ripping in-person podcasts while everyone is terrified of COVID.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I'm
just yourself?
No, I've had 96 I've had 96 episodes and 99 guests.
Oh wow.
Maybe more than that. Maybe probably like 105 guests. And dude, the first like couple weeks I was doing them bi-weekly. So I was doing like no. I guess twice a week, so not bi-weekly. That would be 2 weeks. I was doing 2 a week.
Yeah.
So I was having someone on. I was just cranking them out. I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
I was just collecting $800 from the government every week. I was like, this is mint. I could do this the rest of my life, which I think where like the love of it is. And so I was like really enjoying it, having a bunch of people on. It was so much fun. And then I need to slow down for sure. But yeah, I've uploaded 96 is out Saturday.
Damn.
Almost getting close to 100.
That's
You'll be on
crazy.
soon. You were technically on.
Yeah.
We got more in common than I would have ever imagined.
Don't ever get that fucking guy on. What are you guys gonna do? Talk about the fucking news?
Hey, dude, you'd be
with
shocked.
Sam.
Those
It's
are
a
my
new
better
show.
episodes.
It's a new show. We're gonna do the news.
Yeah, we'll
Sam.
just this
My
is
God.
we're gonna try something brand new here. We're gonna talk about the news.
I honestly would have never thought that your show stemmed from just unemployment money.
It did
From COVID.
And you know what's funny? I had like I don't want to be just saying no numbers, but I got a good amount. Like I got a really good amount.
Dude.
So
Yeah.
I could have like bought cameras. I still could probably, but I just refuse. All my upgrades, other than my initial like the necessary purchases, I spent like probably $350 and got everything. The RSS feed, the like mics, everything was like not even $300, probably like $250 for everything. And I refuse to spend money that the podcast hasn't brung in. So anything, and so what had happened was I made hats, and the hats did okay.
Yeah.
And like so I made some money off that, so I was able to get some stuff that way. And then otherwise I'm really learning. I really learned how to do it on like the fucking bare bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's easy and it's cheap and I feel like I'm not losing anything this way. And as long as I have that mentality, I feel like it'll be fine. And and if it ever does really good one day, then I'll know I can take it serious and I can actually put money into it. Yeah. So that was my mentality.
That's a good discipline.
Yeah.
Something.
I need a camera. I definitely need a camera.
Yeah. Grab a new camera. Yeah.
Just steal it from digital media. Yeah.
I'll just take it.
Yeah,
when I leave.
just take it.
I'll be like, all right, I'm catching you
Just
guys.
be like, all right, we're all friends now, so I'm gonna beat the shit out of you guys.
Yeah, right.
I just want.
I've dropped that behavior, by the way. I have dropped that behavior because I felt like it was like, surprisingly, probably lost some friends by just beating the shit out of them.
You just gotta be like, I just want both C200s.
Yeah.
Just give me both of
Like,
them.
please.
As
That
many as I
podcast I
can.
did with you guys, it looked so good, and I was like, wish I could do this all the time,
But you ask them for them, and they're like, why do you want that?
and I'm like, fucking leave me alone.
Yeah, for real. You just got to be like, none ya. That's why I want it.
None ya.
Any more fucking questions?
None of your business.
Yeah, fucking.
You know about none of your business? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's a
Um.
good idea.
Damn.
I stand by that.
No, but you've been doing it a long time. Do you feel like you've kind of like developed like a better flow? Like you kind of
Oh my
start
God.
and end?
He's good at interviewing. 'Cause I've
Well,
seen
I
him
know
do an interview
that.
for class. So that's definitely working.
Come on.
That's definitely part of it.
I was interviewing this guy before the podcast. All right.
Yeah,
interviewed him?
for real.
Huh?
You were interviewing him?
Yeah.
When?
Every day, dude. We just hook up.
Yeah.
Nah, he knows who I am. No, like,
Yeah. We did a video.
We've done videos, right?
It's
that
on
was
YouTube.
so good.
So
I'm gonna have to upload that. We make that so much better nowadays.
I've
We
been
had a
waiting
video
for a
for
new
a
Kieran
class,
upload.
and it like actually came out really funny. People loved it, but like
it,
I don't know.
Yeah, it is on YouTube.
Is it still?
Yeah.
Do you have it?
Which one is it?
It's on my YouTube.
All right, I'll go find it.
Which one is it?
It's
Canterbury?
called
Canterbury,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm in that
Yeah.
many times.
I've been waiting for a new Kieran upload.
Yeah,
It's coming.
it's
I hope.
It's coming down
Canterbury
the pipeline.
Part 2. But no, I just love I love talking to people. I love people. I really do. I think everyone's so fascinating. Everyone's so like got their own thing, their own story to tell, and like even people that are young, which is cool. Like you or like people, we're all like fucking 20. Like all the people I have on mostly are 20. Recently, I've been trying to increase the age range, get some people with some experience just to like see what that's like. But I've had on majority like 20-something-year-olds, and they're all like really interesting. Everyone's had like a moment in their life, a passion that they're working towards. It's almost cooler to hear it from this side of the coin, because then like you can 2 years down the line, things are different. Like from when I first one of my first guests was Mike Palmer. Episode did incredible, like for my standards, and then 2 years down the line, like now like where he's like graduating, and like when I get to 100 episodes, I'm gonna have him back on. Like he's gonna be like 101 probably, and it'll be like a really cool time capsule to look at like the progress. He just looks different. Like he's been in the gym, and even for myself, it's a time capsule. I see myself every week for the past 2 years, which is cool. And I love, and I think I'm not great at it. You're hyping me up, but
You're good.
I'm solid at it. Like I can really like, I hate dead spots. I refuse to do dead spots. And if that means I'm talking the whole time, that's what that means. Yeah. I'll be editing it. I'm chopping through it. I'm like, oh, that's me. Nope, that's still me. No, I got. Do they talk? But I do my best to ask questions. I'm getting better at it. I think. Process has changed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Do you guys still just like sit down and you're like, all right, let's just roll?
No prep. Just
Well, you said you prep sometimes.
Well, I prep, but it never happens. Like the one thing I had like an idea before that we ever did was we did like a walk up like intro thing where like it was like an intro to the intro where like Kieran like walked in and like the set was empty and you like clicked the light and like we were all there and already talking. But like I'll do stuff like that every week and then we just like don't like, and I'll have like topics. I'll have like this was a thing, like Matt would think this is funny, but we just like end up sitting down just
I would say
like,
I never think
with this setup, like my issue, and it's a bullshit excuse, but it's what I use. I feel like I have a hard time implementing like a consistent like, I guess, game or whatever it is, like a niche thing, because it's a new guest every time. So I'd have to redo the whole. I'm never building on anything. It's never like come back for next week's thing where like I get to do. It's hard to do that sometimes with a new guest. Since it's you three, you could really like do something every week. Like I know there's just one podcast. I don't listen to it, but I see their like TikToks. Yeah. They all come in. And you guys would like this. I feel like they do a bit, like their own bit from like. Something in life. They're like, all right, I'm a guy that just brought in a laptop into Best Buy for you to fix, but it's filled with thousands of snakes. Yeah. And then he's like, all right. And then they like play act it out like really stupid. It's really stupid. Yeah. That's what makes it funny.
Right.
Yeah. And he's like, another one's really good. He's like, all right, pretend we're at a business conference. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Scott Fang, Shadow Puppets.
I'm Tom.
You like shadow puppets?
What's it about? Yo!
And then that's the end.
I gotta invest in that.
And that's the end of the bit. So it's just like, I think you could do something like that.
Yeah.
You could do something like that.
Yeah.
Have you?
That's cool.
Scott Fang's the sickest name ever, by the way.
Scott Fang. I like a Stan Francisco.
You have that's Stan Francisco?
I thought we were just talking about names we made up.
Do you have a name that you use if you're faking it?
I like Howie doing. Dude, I got hundreds of these. Let's talk about something else.
We have the Kieran Cares segment, which has been done twice now, where Kieran gives advice.
Really?
He's a wise man. Do you have anything you'd like?
You got any quarrels?
You have to have something. You give him something.
Like something like I need that advice on?
Yeah, and then he'll give you.
I just figure my shit out.
Dan's kind of got it figured out.
Like I don't have it figured out, but if I have an issue, like I don't like stew. Like
he doesn't come on podcasts and fucking ask people about his fucking problems, right?
You could have like a rant section. You could have like if something like I would get really fiery and passionate. Like I'll talk about like how stupid something is or how dope something is for hours and hours, and like it'll just never like stop. If someone is like that here, you could just like give them like 5 minutes, like 3 minutes to just rant on something really random.
Yeah, I mean I feel like I end up ranting sometimes.
Sometimes.
And then there always ends up just being an amount of time with just me and Joey just talking about whatever we just watched.
Yeah, the movies segment.
You guys should do that. I mean, every episode.
It's every episode. It's every episode.
Just do that. I know you don't watch it. No. That's kind of the funny part of it.
It's kind of left out.
Kieran becomes the audience, and it's not even on purpose. We're just like, you see that thing, and he's like, yeah.
I just started watching the TV.
You guys should like pick a movie and watch it every week.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just bugging. I love ideas. No. This is my favorite part to do. I like to make up shit and come up with new ideas.
Yeah. We've talked about like putting a movie on that TV and just like kind of watching it during the
That'd be mad. Like, I mean, you guys would get struck down, but like that would be really funny.
We'll fucking fight it.
If you're just like, oh my god, Godzilla just wow.
I love Batman, dude. Yeah.
He's stomping, dude. Like, that's crazy.
Damn.
We have like guests, so we're just watching the movie. It's like very disrespectful.
It's like I'm on here talking about the podcast. Like, shh, it's Godzilla. Just I don't know why I think Godzilla right away.
Oh my god!
You ever seen Godzilla?
It's a good movie.
Which one?
The most recent few.
Yeah, I've seen all the most recent.
Godzilla, King of Monsters.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I've seen.
Let's go, Kieran.
That one was okay.
I also didn't love that one.
I like the 2014 one. I thought was pretty.
Yeah, I like Godzilla.
2014 one was the first one.
Too.
It was the first like new one. Yeah,
I thought that was okay.
It was cool, dude.
It took them like an hour.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what it's about. Right?
No. It's about Godzilla.
It's like, dude,
it quite
who
literally.
was on the poster?
Dude, it's like he's got a family. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like that.
I saw his back like 30 times. It's like, dude, if I cared about his back, I would have just looked up like stock footage.
That's what's so good about Godzilla versus Kong, though, because the whole time they're just rumbling.
Because they know what they fucking like. In the end, that's what we want to see. I don't even know what the plot of that. What's his name was in it? Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
For a minute.
For like 3 minutes.
He's the dad. It's
I
like
was pissed.
Aaron Taylor Johnson,
you don't
right?
hire Bryan Cranston and take him away from me in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then proceed to not show me Godzilla for an hour.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
And then
that whole time we're just there with this guy who looks like this. Like,
So then he saves that kid. And I'm like, I love him.
And it's funny
saved that
'cause
kid.
They show him like, remember like they're like closing a door. And like, they show him like he's like.
that's a good shot,
that's-
though.
It's a great shot. That's the first and only time you see him for the first like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you don't see him for another like half hour.
That's tension, baby.
Oh, this is something that I'd rant about.
Yeah, that's good because you will like remember stuff like
I
that.
remember it, and it's just like
That was in there. That was waiting.
I was
Yeah.
I get so mad because I don't
Palm
be in the
Skull
theater.
Island
Like,
is cool though.
it was. It was.
Yeah.
I didn't like that he could like. No, that was in the second one. He like learned to sign. I was like, dude,
You don't like them signing?
how?
Dude, like, what do you mean, like apes? Like Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, but like, dude, you're telling me that this little girl was just pulling up on this massive ape.
They're
Massive
friends.
Does not even fit the description.
They're friends.
And she was just like,
Yeah.
and he was just like, hello, like, dude.
He's got a big brain.
No, like, and I'm not. When I'm watching that movie, I'll never complain about it. Like, I have no problem with plot incongruency.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies is Us. Where'd they get the jackets? Why are they all wearing?
Doesn't matter.
Where'd they get the gold
who gives a
scissors?
shit?
Why do they all
That-
have one glove?
Yeah, I agree with that. If I'm watching a movie, maybe not something as minuscule as that, but like I'll see something like that, and I'll be like, that just ruined the movie. I
Yeah,
have to
but
go.
it never ruins it for me. I'm like, I can just forgive you. I'll forgive you. Especially Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
That's the GOAT. So, and I'm not kidding. That's my favorite. I think he is like the most creative mind that I've ever seen.
It's a good pick. You like the new one?
I love the new one.
They just announced his next one's coming out
it's
in like
coming
2
out
years.
on Christmas,
Yeah.
and I'm going the day of.
Is it this year or next year? Do you know? I don't even know.
Next year.
Next year.
Next
Okay.
Christmas. 2024 Christmas.
Damn.
I know where I'm finna be.
Yeah.
And it's
I'll
not
be
at
there.
home opening gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the theater watching a Jordan Peele movie again, which is just the best feeling.
I mean, I know who I feel is my favorite creative mind.
All right, we don't need to get into this.
Kanye?
Let's move on. Let's move on.
No, not Kanye.
We got any other segments
No.
What is
tonight?
it?
It's George Lucas.
Yeah, this guy loves George.
It's gotta be George Lucas, bro.
Okay.
He's the fucking goat.
The
He's
world
done
building.
Dude, he's done more than that, dude. Everything.
All right.
The
dude,
world
all right,
building.
All right.
No,
All right. All right.
we-
All
Kieran's
right.
been here before.
All right.
Am I entering a rabbit hole?
We
Yes.
wouldn't be able to edit these podcasts if it wasn't for him. No, that's true, dude.
No, but like,
Look into it, dude.
Someone else could have done it.
No,
you
but
know?
he did. But someone else didn't. He did, bro.
In fact, all right.
George was
Respect.
like fucked editing on film. Just film cut tape.
Oh, he was the guy that took it. That
He was like, I want
Fuck
to edit
no.
digitally. I want to get every take. Look at them all.
did not
do
know that.
And now we have the internet.
And he made Pixar. And he made Photoshop.
He made Pixar.
He made Pixar.
This guy.
George Lucas created Pixar. And
Crazy.
he sold it.
You know, the Nazis created NASA.
George
Yeah.
Lucas is not a
Yeah.
Nazi.
Be careful what you wish for.
Be careful what you
Matt.
wish for, man.
The Nazis made
Right.
NASA.
That's the upside of George
Okay.
Lucas. Did cool stuff. Also was not a Nazi.
Yeah, he's also the coolest guy.
Which is rare
He's just
nowadays.
chill.
Because, you know,
Yeah.
Kanye is really just falling
Yeah.
right in order.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
George.
you do all this cool shit.
He
You know?
did all this cool stuff. Sold it. Gave like all the money away.
You know what's funny? I was at a party
Chill.
this past weekend. Not at a party. I was like hosting. I was like a pregame, whatever. And I was just like, fucking on. I'm on Ox. I'm always on Ox. I love music. Always on Ox. So I'm like playing music, and I just like, and I'm like looking at my phone. I'm just looking like, what do I play right now? And I passed by a Kanye song, and I was like looking.
What was
like,
it?
I was like,
What was it?
looking at the crowd. I'm like, is this okay?
Yeah.
It's okay right now. It was All the Lights. I was like.
Here we
Here we go. And then I was like, here we go. And no one had a problem. But I'm wondering, like,
Dude.
No, it doesn't matter.
you can't really
Song
play
is
it, but
so
you can't
good.
play
You can't
Ignition
listen.
Remix, though.
You can't.
Until people are really
Oh,
fucked
yeah.
up. You have to wait till, like,
Yeah.
1 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you gotta wait
everyone's
till they
like,
don't know
hot
their
and
own
fresh
name.
out of the kitchen. Before that, everyone's like,
Yeah.
he was thinking about a 12-year-old.
Well, yeah. But that's weird because Kanye's whole thing on some level is like mental health and he's being kind of used by people.
That's
but it's
a
not
good
like,
point.
He's not singing like a love song that's like pedophilia.
Yeah.
He also the songs are not about that stuff. All the stuff he's been saying now, he hasn't like this like you know what I mean. All the Lights is not about
You know what's
hating Jewish
funny?
people.
Jay-Z in one of his songs
Yeah.
says,
In 444.
yeah, you want to know why Jewish people own all the property in America? That's
Yeah.
literally a line. That's
Yeah.
a bar.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. Because Jay-Z,
No one cared when he
Jay-Z's
said
like,
that.
Well, yeah, but like
can
Jay's not
see-
being hateful when he
Yeah.
says that.
No,
He's like,
but-
he's like, I'm learning
yeah,
from other
and it's
people.
like,
I'm
maybe Kanye is like trying to say the same point, but he's like not getting it.
Yeah.
at
He's
all.
wild,
Jay-Z is
yeah.
very smart in how he presents himself.
yeah.
it's true.
Um,
I love
yeah.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Kill Jay-Z.
Kieran's like, yeah.
Kill Jay-Z. Kill Jay-Z. What kind of sauce you want? You ever see that clip?
Yeah.
I love
Do you have
Jay-Z.
a favorite Jay-Z bar?
His daughter's name. His daughter's name is Blue Ivy,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
You know about what his greatest album trilogy is?
The
The
Blueprint?
Blueprint. So his daughter is Blue Ivy, which is 4. He named his daughter for the bar.
That's crazy.
That
Which
is
is
crazy.
The hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
I will stand by the fact that is the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life. It was also like, bro, really? Like, it's a good name.
But
So it's
also,
like
no,
it's
one
not
cares,
like-
no one cares about Blueprint too.
you're a little
Alright.
crazy.
He still did it for the bar. He still.
But
did
I
it.
get it. I get it. Blueprint 2 is not. I'm not saying the Blueprint. The first Blueprint
Blueprint's
is the
different.
Blueprint
Yeah. It's different.
for rap.
Yeah.
If you want to make a rap album,
Yeah.
listen to the Blueprint. If you could make it anything like that, production, the bars, it was ahead of its time. It's still, you can play
Yeah.
some songs from that today, which is hard to say
a lot.
about like a 2000 record, any 2000 record.
Mm.
We were weird in 2000.
Yeah.
From 95 to like 2008,
I don't know.
we were kind of strange. Up until Lil Wayne started dropping shit, I was like dropped the Carter 3. I felt like all that music, like all
Lil
of
Wayne's
it
weird
can go
too.
away.
Lil Wayne's weird too, though.
He's a beast.
But I'm saying he's still strange. He's not like, oh, this now we're back normal.
Yeah, it's not like we started making sense, but it's good.
I
yeah.
speak in generalities, and I use a lot of
I think
hyperbole.
do you just mean like Eminem?
Eminem was strange.
But
I
is
thought
that
that a
just-
lot of the
But
early,
that's like,
not strange, even like I just thought like it wasn't good. Like it doesn't. I don't look back on it a lot and be like,
disagree, bro.
like I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I just
like-
feel like it didn't age well at all.
There's so
there's-
much good
I
shit
mean,
in
Nas
the
would
2000s.
agree. He had that album in that time, like 2005. Hip hop is dead.
It's just
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah. Early 2000s music is just crazy.
Unless it's
Yeah.
Outkast.
But
Mm.
early Kanye was great. The Strokes are great.
I mean, I would say
Yeah.
Kanye's getting towards like the end there.
Yeah.
We
He
were
ain't
coming
even-
out of it.
2004.
Oh.
he ain't even,
Graduation.
like,
I mean,
rapping
College
good.
Dropout was 2004.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm messed up. But I feel like, well, also there's like really good examples. I just feel like probably as a whole, if I were to guess, I feel like that I listen to the least amount of stuff. I'm not like, yo, find them between 95 and 2005 bops right quick.
Yeah.
I'm always looking at like 70s. I want some 80s.
I feel like
Even the 90s, I'm just kind of out on the 90s, I guess.
Mm.
that 95 to 2005, bro. That's my shit,
That's your jam?
bro. Like fucking like Radiohead, like all that shit. The Strokes, I listen to that shit all the time. That's all I'm listening to right now.
I get that, though. I do.
I listen to music
Yeah.
sometimes.
Right, Kieran?
What do you listen to,
Um,
Kieran?
Kieran just turns on the radio, just
Yeah.
turns the knob wherever it
He
This
lands.
song's great.
He just likes Wommel.
Yeah, I only listen to Wommel.
What's that?
Radio
Where
station, bro.
Underground Music Lives at UMass Lowell.
Is that what you listen to?
Do you not
Yeah.
know about this?
But is that what you listen to?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
What do you listen
He
to?
does.
It's in my
on the
car.
all the
He
time.
does.
Um,
You
Dude,
do.
every time we come here, he's listening.
Well, it's
I've
funny.
talked about this before. Every time I turn it on, it's not music. It's like students
Yeah.
doing like an ASMR segment.
That's why it's cool.
One time we were coming here and they were playing Freddie Gibbs,
Really?
and I was like, they can do that.
Thug.
They can.
What
They were
song
playing, they
was
were
it?
playing
Something off Pinata,
what's-
please?
Yeah, no, it was off Bandana.
Okay.
What's the one with
Okay.
Black Thought on Bandana?
Oh,
Black
it's
Thought's
a deep cut.
awesome.
right?
Black
Yeah.
Thought's awesome.
But that's the thing is that they can only play underground music, so that counts.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this sounds
Interesting.
great though.
Yeah.
It's at the end. I forget what. Oh, as Education.
Yep.
Sure, yeah.
That's a good song. That's a
Education.
really good
Yes,
song.
but they were playing that. I was like, oh shit, they did
Freddie
that.
Gibbs.
The
yeah.
beat on
But
that's
he
crazy.
did Wommel.
Did do Wommel.
He had his own show.
Really?
Yes.
Many lives.
Before the world shut down.
Before 503 came around.
For real.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what's up.
it was cool. I had my friend Chris, who was a senior, who graduated like fucking so long ago now, but he
Old.
I know. It was like March, like right before we were all sent home, and I had him do a freestyle about COVID because I was like, this shit's getting pretty out of hand, and this guy can freestyle. Like he can go for like 10 minutes, and it's like fire.
Like actually freestyle.
Yeah, like he's unreasonably good.
Does he ever does it ever stop, or is he just like actually like one of those guys?
No, he doesn't stop. Like he'll just look at you and be like, "Yo," and then he'll
Play,
just go.
drop me a beat, dog.
Damn.
That's crazy. I feel like I suck at freestyling. I've tried it before.
Can you do it at all?
I can, but I'm not like good at it, so I wouldn't feel confident. You know, I like to be good at things.
Yeah.
Even the bars are like insecure. It's just like,
yeah, your bars can't be
always
insecure,
like
you
I
know?
should be putting more work into this.
Oh my god.
It's just hard to like, you know, you can't rap and not be confident. Like who does that?
I know. Yeah.
So like if you're not like maybe
It's
that's
tough to be
why I suck
Macklemore.
at it because like you know I'm like I don't rap. You know?
Yeah. Could be. But damn. Yeah. So where's the DOD going? What's next for the DOD?
Yeah, let's end with this little mission statement from Dodd.
All right, DOD-Cast, where it's going. We got 4 episodes left till we get to 100.
Woo. But you're not stopping there.
But I'm not stopping there. But I do want to start making like, I don't know. I like to have fun, like make fun shit. So I want to start making like funny like videos of whatever nature that may come across. I have a bunch of ideas that I want to try to put together, and I was contemplating like, oh, I want to start a new type of show, or maybe take the DOD-Cast in this direction and do it like this. I think instead it's just if I have an idea, I'll just do it one-offs.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna be adding like one-offs. I always say I'm gonna slow down the production of the DOD-Cast, but then I want to make one every week, so I wouldn't say I'm gonna slow that down too much. But I think I'll just start doing other shit, and it should be fun. For me, well, I don't really give a fuck about my viewers. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have a good time making this shit.
Yeah, watch this.
Yo, if y'all like it, y'all like it. That's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, that's kind of the direction going forward, I guess.
Wow.
Cheers.
But this has been great, though. This has been incredible.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
This has been my first time actually on another podcast.
Hey.
Oh.
Because I always do
History.
my own. Like, if someone ever asked me, I was like, I don't know if I really fit here. Because I didn't want to do others at first. Because I was like, I don't really have anything to say. Like, the first, 20 episodes, I was like, I didn't really feel like I had anything to say. But then
now
I realized,
you're looking down the barrel of 100.
and I'm like, oh, I kind of think I've done enough of these.
got it.
To where I can, go somewhere and be like I like my podcast now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took me a while to
That's
like
good. That's a
Yeah.
good feeling.
It's hard.
We're
for
not
me.
there yet.
I like it
TBH.
now. Like, I really do like it.
You
I'm
like
like,
some episodes.
isn't it crazy? I took an hour and a half to fall.
Yeah. We were just hanging out for
happened
so long.
Someone fell at the end of the last episode too.
Yeah.
Shit's always
just
falling.
do it before.
It's like there's a ghost down here.
Yeah.
100%.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you guys wrap these up? Do you just rap?
It's whenever. Do you have anything you want to say?
I think
Any shouts
I'm
out?
all set. This has been great though. Thank you guys very much.
It was great to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. This was great.
Matt.
It's been a pleasure having DOD on. It's better than I could have imagined. Thank you for the assist, Joey. I appreciate that.
And we always end with Joey's closing statement, and then he snaps. So, do you want to?
And